one, check one. And you can go ahead and switch from camera one to whatever. If you like. All right. You want to talk in that mic real quick? We're live on Insta though, so don't say anything foolish. Yeah, you're live on Instagram and YouTube.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Yep.
Getting everything set up.
It looks like everything's coming through. If Juan's playing with the levels, it might be going through the computer, dude. And there's headphones on the Atmos. Let me go tell him.
Yeah. Stream's cool. What to talk about? What is there to talk about? Life. Life is life. So, life is life. Very well quoted. You're welcome. Audio going up? Yep. This is 4, isn't it? Yeah, this one's 4.
Yeah, what's good?
Yo, what's up? How are
Mic
you?
check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Mic check.
Oh. Okay.
Am I talking to both of them?
All of them? Hello, hello, hello. Is that good? Right here, yeah. Right here. Hello. Check, check. Check, 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 check. 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 Unchecked. Can you hear me? I feel like this is like my something like good? Okay.
Yo, you noticed the most crazy stuff.
Can I just have you guys both on the couch?
Oh, look out. Crazy.
No, the computer didn't know what you said. Oh, I'm gonna be a dickhead all day.
Why does that look so bad? Is it me? I'm doing you dirty, Ariana. Alright, let's switch. Let's switch.
Oh, man.
Oh, bro said where are those lights actually?
You know, Mike, you can talk into right now. It's live. Yeah, look at it. You're live right now. Yeah.
You are live.
You are live.
You're like actually on our Instagram right now.
Which Instagram is it?
I think it's just FTVMs.
Oh, that's what's up.
Indubitably. Bro, is this ever gonna? Does that look good? Is it good? Does it look good?
Do we look good?
Is it blue? Blue. Oh. Yeah.
Damn. It's definitely blue. Yep.
Oh, that was a lot better. What?
I think they're calling for you.
Warm? Too warm?
Too warm? Yeah, I think we're a little warm. It's fine. I honestly don't know.
Maybe they're already doing
It is 32.
Oh yeah, maybe make hers. Yeah, you're making hers camera that one and his this one.
Yeah, so I didn't touch any of your other. I mean, I just like dialed down into his height.
Yeah, push it in how you had it, Juan.
Well, this one, what's up?
So we can make that the right couch.
Yeah, this one's Stariana's, this one's him, and then that's you.
Yeah.
So yeah, on the stream
It
it all
was
looks
good. It was good.
We're stuck in the live stream now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi,
No, you
everyone.
guys are
Yeah,
good.
welcome.
You're our first guest. No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding. I didn't say you could go. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, oop.
I'm messing.
Oop.
All right, now I'm gonna just see if I can share this. All right, Mars. This is this pop up on the this should pop up on the Zoom and then yeah.
Yeah, wiener. Oh yeah. He's trying to do that.
Cool. So that'll be is that the full okay. It's all jacked up on Instagram. I didn't even think about that. Let me see if I can reframe it. Yeah, that's on purpose. Yeah. Just because we're getting set up. We've got 5 minutes to go, folks. So hang tight and chill out while we try to figure out all the tech stuff. How does that look on the phone? Does that look any different?
No, you're still cutting off.
Still gotta, yeah. I didn't even think about like formatting it for vertical.
Earlier it was showing the whole aspect ratio, 1920 by 10. I don't know why it went to.
I shifted it
Oh,
to 4:3, but it still looked bad the other way, right?
it looked okay.
On YouTube.
In YouTube it looks good.
Okay.
So you could just leave it that way.
And just deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
On YouTube it'll be fine.
All right, Sam says I should leave it the way it was,
Because Instagram's gonna show
and then
rectangular,
YouTube, and then what I'll do is, I don't know, I'll just unshare when it's time. So like this, you're saying, right? And then I'll just stop sharing. I don't know.
No, like the whole thing was showing in the rectangular.
Right there. So that, but see, it's doing that. It's that.
Yeah, but that was showing the whole thing earlier on Instagram. Like the.
It was
Yeah. I don't know what happened. It suddenly went that
interesting.
aspect ratio.
I don't know. I didn't do anything different.
And on YouTube, obviously, it was doing 1920 like normal size. Like the square on Instagram was just showing.
Yeah, I was like, cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be something though in the stream, no? All right. Where's Nick and Danielson?
I think it's here.
All right. Maybe I just won't even worry about it and we'll just walk through it. It's fine. It'll be just text. I'll put it up for me so I can see it. It'll be my script. Let me do this. Yeah.
Turn that light on, Kevin.
This one?
Yeah. It's the little brick. Yeah. And then can you turn yours on?
Oh, I think I gotta plug it in.
Mise en son.
Warm or
I'd say warm just to keep it the same with the lights you got going on.
cool? All right, what almost worked? Future self I must
Is Matt
format.
gonna be a guest? Oh.
I mean, he can be. I don't care. Have you done a 48 before?
No.
Are you planning? You're doing the 48 for class, though, no? Oh, okay. I thought you were in the class. All right. Well, hold on. Let me unmute you.
Oh, okay. Hi. Hello.
Yeah, you're unmuted now.
Oh, okay. So,
You're in the show now, whether you like it or not.
Oh, I'm stuck here, you know.
You are.
So, Mars, I guess just I'll keep track. Or I'll keep an eye on chat. You guys keep an eye on chat online. So if questions come through, here I'll just get my phone out.
Probably would work, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be right next to Matt right there.
You pick a
Yeah.
chair. Where's our Daniel son?
It's a good question.
Hasn't showed up yet?
No, he had to get his tetanus shot earlier. He stepped on a piece of metal this
Let's
morning.
not put too much. We're live. Let's not put too much of his personals out there, just in case he's like, "What?
Oh no.
You're
he
up
told
there.
us
That's not too
everything.
bad.
It's
Tetanus
not
shot.
that- No, it's not."
There's worse medical conditions to share. Should we speak about his long history?
I was gonna say something right now, like we're live. We're live.
Yep.
All right.
I'll just imply it instead.
Trying to see how
All
you work now.
right. Yeah, let's see. Hold on. We gotta get a talk back in here. Yes.
I thought we had it originally.
Well, we have those ports. We'll work on that.
Or
All
talk
right.
about, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on it. All right. I don't see any participants yet, so I guess we'll kind of wait and see if anybody is joining us. This is a lot of fun. We are doing this for the first time. This is the How to 48 workshop, which is basically our chance to be available for people who maybe are doing the 48 for the first time or have done the 48 many a times and have questions. We pulled in Matt randomly to fill in for Danny until Danny gets here. So it's always fun to get like fresh voices, right? Oh, cool. So we got one of our team leaders, Bruce. I think I think you're free to unmute. Bruce, can we hear you?
Is that better?
This gets a little tricky because we're trying to fly in the oh, hold on, let me see here.
Can you hear me now?
Should probably join you.
Maybe that's better.
There we go.
Sweet. Awesome.
Cool, man. Hopefully there's not like feedback and stuff.
Nope. All good on my end.
Okay, cool. Because I've got it like kind of coming through the room. Thank you for joining us. There's a little bit of latency probably for those watching online. So just, I'm trying.
It is.
We're
what it
trying.
is.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bruce, do you have any quick questions that you want to like bring into the chat?
You do. You pressed again and it went back.
I mean, right off the bat, I'm just excited. I've not done one of these before, so it's my first time trying it, but I'm excited to hit the ground running and see what we can do.
So, yeah, you said it's your first time. So,
Yeah.
like, you make films now, or do you consider yourself a filmmaker?
Yes, I would. I'm more of an actor, and I build a team, and so I join groups and assemble teams as needed. For this event, I actually built a team from multiple different groups, so it'll be super interesting to see how they mesh together. I think that's going to be our number one question mark.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's always the kind of trick, right? Is you're building this team. A lot of times, right? So, Nick is here too, because I'm sure he'll chime in. Who's available? Who wants to stay up for 2 nights?
Yeah, totally.
So you get filmmakers, you get people just want the experience, right? So
Yeah.
it is kind of an interesting experience. I don't know, Nick, if you want to talk about that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a mix of the right combination of people, right? So you want enough technical people who are going to focus on certain roles and kind of people who know their lane. So I think that's always kind of a good thing to figure out beforehand is have your set roles, right? And kind of stick to them and get through the tough period because, it's going to be a long 48 hours.
Yep.
Totally. Yeah, we've got plenty of Excel sheets and Word documents going right now to try and define everything so we aren't at square zero.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a little PowerPoint that I was going to share, and because we're going live to Instagram, it kind of got a little just mixed up. So I just didn't take into consideration the vertical aspect ratio. So good to know for next year.
Nice.
So, but we'll go over stuff. I'll kind of like just verbalize it, and then I'll probably send out this PowerPoint to you guys after, so you can at least reference it.
Very cool.
So really quick, Mars too. Obviously, you guys can hear Bruce on the stream too as well. I'm just going to look for thumbs up or something. Okay, let's sit up here. All right. Well, let's keep on going. Keep on keeping on. All right. Okay. Here's a good question. What are the rules regarding AI visual elements? So one of the things that you should definitely do, regardless, and part of this, workshop is to remind you guys to go to the website, right? All the rules are going to be there. All the things that you need to know about production documents, all these things that we'll kind of go over, everything's there. When it comes to AI, okay, there's two things that I have to mention. One, there's an AI 48 coming. So if you're really curious and interested in making film or content with AI, 48 has a new AI competition. In our competition, you are limited pretty severely, with what you can use AI for. I personally am still sifting through that data, but from what I've been told is obviously if you're using it as a resource, then it's I guess allowed, but you cannot use AI to create any part of your entry prior to the official time period. So that's like one thing. Like basically you can't go, AI, write me a script in this genre or in the 20 genres that there are, so you're pre-loaded. You can't do anything before the filmmaking period. Does that make sense? And please chime back in if that helps answer or you have more questions.
I think important to note too, I remember last year, even in the visual effects category, they ask you how you made them because they're worried about people using AI. Not that they're not allowed to, but they wanted them to disclose it.
Right.
So I remember last year you had to explain like how you made whatever effect you did. So I don't know if that's still the case this year, Kevin.
I think so. Did we just go offline on Insta? Hold on, let me just try to go back here so I can. We're going. There we go. Okay, I guess I can't look at it. Okay, here we go. Oh shoot, I lost the rest of the chat. That's all right. Okay, yeah. So Cody, yeah, could you use the VO3 for like an establishing shot, then mix it with the live action? Probably no. My first, because the footage has to be shot, right? Now the rules get weird because it says shot or created. So that is something that I would have to kind of maybe go back. Let me see. Every frame of your film must contain footage shot or created in the official time period. So as far as core footage, it should be shot. AI footage requirement. Okay, just so everybody knows, I'm on the website at 48hourfilm.com / filmmaking dash rules, and you can just start going through and searching for AI through those rules. There's a ton. So that's why I do it now, right? But this says right here, newly added, at least 50% of the film. Oh, sorry. I'm looking in the AI filmmaking one too, so I need to be careful with that one. Yeah, so this is interesting. Look, I will clarify this more during the kickoff, but just know that the 48 primarily looks for live action footage. If you're using AI for like elements, production, music, sound design, things like that, and it's created during the filmmaking process, I think you can use it as a resource. But just kind of use that as your key word, resource. What do you think, Nick?
I mean, my question, I guess, to you, Kevin, is how do you think the judges will look upon AI use, right? Because I think you have to disclose it, no matter your use of it.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
I guess that's something to consider is that if your contestant is,
Yeah.
Everyone has a view on AI now. So
Yeah.
I guess you just consider the impact it has on judges.
Yeah, and I think, I think personally, we don't judge it, but our judges confer to us, right? I'm going to assume more of them are going to lean towards the filmmakers who aren't using AI, right? That are doing everything the old school way within the 48-hour period. And that's going to kind of, I think, earn more stars than if you're, getting this grand opening shot through AI. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I think that's definitely
This is
fair.
exactly, you guys, what this is for. So great questions. And we figured these questions would come up. Yes. Okay. So, Mike asked a good question. Always brings it up. Or everybody always asks this, how many genres can we pick out of the hat from kickoff day, right? So the genres are going to be broken up into 2 groups. So the first group is always the typicals. Action, adventure, comedy, dark comedy, detective cop, drama, fantasy, film de femme, fish out of water, horror, mockumentary, musical or western, romance, sci-fi, superhero, thriller, and suspense. Basic, the norms. So you draw one, and then you get to draw a second group from a second group, and these are going to be the always changing ones every year that are just to add unique, aspects to your film. Alternate history, buddy film, climate, dance, food, martial arts, medical, mystery, road movie, a silent film, a single room, time travel, utopian or dystopian, vacation or holiday, or workplace. I think the single room one is interesting. That's a new one. That's a new one.
That's cool.
So these again are all on the website, 48hourfilm.com. So always go to the website. Everything's there, and just search up Google or search up genres. So yeah, you'll pick 2 genres, and you have to commit to at least one of them or both, right? But if you draw action adventure and martial arts, and you decide to do a comedy in a single room with no action, no martial arts, it won't be qualified for awards. Cool. Questions right away. I knew it.
That's good.
Yes, it is good. What do you think about some of those?
I mean, I think the genre is always interesting when you're a writer, right? Because you want to hit both ideally, because you want to score points with the judges. Say, oh, wow, they hit both. But
Yeah.
typically, especially the subgenres, they get super specific. So
Yeah.
I think, honestly, from what I've seen to win, I think as long as you hit at least one of the qualifications,
Yeah.
that's the main thing. Because I wouldn't be so focused on having to use both. Just, if you end up using both, great. But if you use one and execute well, I don't think it hurts at all, to be honest with you.
And it's a challenge too, you guys. Like the 48's for fun. What do you think, Matt? You're all new to this. You're just sitting there listening. with your Indiana Jones shirt on.
I'm just trying to figure out like
How you got here?
yeah, basically. It's mostly just like what disqualifies you and what qualifies you to do this, you know?
Well, I mean, anybody can join. This is actually a great question. Anybody can join. So if you're out there, you made it to our Instagram somehow, and you're like, man, I'd love to make a film in 48 hours, sign up. There's still some spots. We are limited. I think we only have 2 spots left in our current configuration.
Are we at 28 right now?
No, we're about 23.
Or are we at 25? We cap out?
Yeah, we usually cap out around 25 just because of the theater and all that. If we get more than that, then we got to think about opening up another screen. Though we talked about this about timing throughout the year, you know. Josie, I see your hand. I'll come to you next. But yes, so basically, anybody can enter the 48. So you go to 48hourfilm.com/Inland Empire. That's our city. And you can register there. Once it hits the cap and say you're the 26th person to register, then we have to kind of approve it. So there's literally 2 spots left. So if you are interested and you want to brave the course and go for it, I say go. Yeah.
Seems like a good experience, you know, like a good thing to do. Just get you out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to cut your teeth and kind of see where you're at, right? I mean, it's all 48's largely for just testing your skills and for fun and to be able to screen your film, right? So it's people
I
make
think
stuff on iPhones to professional cameras. And,
yeah,
you know,
like you got a new camera, you want to test it out, or to test your crew, as Bruce had asked earlier. You know, sometimes getting your sense of like, can I work with these people? It's much better to do it in this like fun environment than if you like drop $5,000 on a short film and it goes haywire, you know?
I think we've definitely seen teams that have tried to do it solo too, like one-man bands kind of thing, one-woman squads kind of thing. It's always kind of cool to see people push it. Like, hey, I just want to try it by myself. And I'll act and shoot it, and it's just kind of a cool experiment.
Yeah, it's funny on that note too. I always notice like those folks, their films end up getting a lot of love because they're actually really creative, and it's yeah, you just never know. All right, let's go to the Josie. Go ahead. You had your hand up for a while.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Voice is a little scratchy. I'm sick. But going back to the 2 genres thing, if we wanted to do like both the genres because like we like both of them and we think we could do it, would it be worth it to do both of them instead of just one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can execute it and you feel good about it, go for it. I mean, the judges always like to see utilization of all the elements. So it's always kind of bonus points, but like as long as you feel good about it, I would say from a filmmaker side.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, because if you execute it and it's good, it's gonna rise above, you know, the rest of the films. It just hits. Yeah, great question. All right, there's some more. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one. Bruce, I think this is Bruce Lee, one of my students from Cal State. I don't know if you could join us, dude, if you want. His question is go for it, Bruce. Ask if you're on. Go ahead and ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My question was: is a general permit from a city sufficient, or do we need to get access from each property?
Yes. So if you're, for instance, shooting at your parents' house and they own it, just get them to sign the release for the location. So this goes to the production documents. There's release forms for location. There's release forms for music, actors, and so on. So that's what you would do is you would just have the owner sign it off. Now, if you're wanting to shoot downtown San Bernardino, right, whatever, Court Street and, Fifth. Wait, does Court even run into Fifth? I don't remember. Anyways,
Close enough.
downtown, you would most definitely need a permit. Best practices, of course. Nick's smiling over here because he knows we've all had our moments. But you do want to be careful when you're shooting in a public space like that. Now, there are certain public spaces that don't need permit. So Nick, you're more producer than me, dude.
Yeah,
you want to talk on this? Yeah.
So I know Fontana doesn't require permits if you're not taking up streets. like on streets, anything like that, right? If you're in, especially private property, they don't require permits at all.
Okay.
But I think 48 generally, correct me if I'm wrong though, but I think
Yeah.
generally like their location agreements are usually enough for the most part.
Yes.
The Inland Empire were a lot more relaxed than LA, for example, where
Right.
the permit police is literally a thing. They'll come take your gear. So a lot of our teams, I'd say 90% of our teams probably don't have permits
Yes.
most years. But it's always a good idea because if you go to San Bernardino and they decide to shut you down because you don't have a permit, then it just wastes your time and you're kind of set back. So it's a good idea to get in contact with the city and say, hey, we're doing this 48 and we want to permit. I always permit a few places out. So we can get a couple parks, get a couple locations ready because you don't know where you're going to shoot at because you don't know what you're shooting until Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. But you can, but that to that point, you can get your locations together now. And you know, because whatever that location is, you can always write to that genre. So that's the whole point, leading up until the filmmaking weekend, which is next Friday. That's why we like to do this at this time because it works kind of really good.
Because
You can-
you're allowed locations, wardrobe, right? You're allowed to get
you
wardrobe
can
beforehand.
basically just get whatever elements you can gather together so you have them at your ready. You don't know what the prop is yet, the character, the line of dialogue that you have to use, but you know, if you decide, you know, let's say you get let me go back to my genres. So say you get musical and road film, right? And you have a bunch of pirate costumes. Put pirates on a trip to Vegas. You know what I mean? Like you can make it work, right? And so that's the whole point. And that's why locations are good to secure now. Well, there's twofold to that, right? One, so you let the owner know or whoever, hey, I'm going to be going crazy at your house for 48 hours because that's a big ask. And then getting your actors together and scheduling so they all know where they're going. So it's not like Friday night, you know, you're like, hey, we're driving to, you know, an hour out or whatever. Though we highly suggest too, you're supposed to shoot within the Inland Empire. That is part of it. So,
which
these are all
is
great
which is
questions.
you know pretty big region, so you have a lot to choose from. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. Do not test the county limits because you will fail. The San Bernardino County is the largest county in the nation, just so everybody is clear. Yes. Yeah, because IE, we're huge, dude. That's what makes our city, I think, unique is like if you were to try to like, you know, reach all the corners of the Inland Empire during the 48 weekend, it'd be impossible, dude.
I think a good question for you to answer, Kevin, is what's the schedule that you see most successful teams follow, right? So would you say like, you know,
good.
pre here, shoot here, edit, like kind of, can you give a breakdown of your suggested allocation?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I usually tell people to consider writing on Friday, right? Get a solid plan, then shoot on Saturday, and then decide who's going to edit. If you have like one or two editors, edit through the night, hand off in the morning of Sunday. And then the big thing, guys, the big thing is to give yourself time to render and export. You don't want to be rendering and exporting at 7 o'clock when drop off is 7:30 p.m. You know, that's where people get caught.
Yeah, I'd say the nice thing for perfectionists, right, who want to do sound, color passes, and tweak it, I would highly suggest once you have your assembly cut and you're like, okay, this is my film in its essence. It might not be perfect, but it's there.
Yep.
I would export it, upload it, because you could always replace that version with a newer version before the deadline.
Yeah.
It has to be before the deadline, though. But you could upload a newer version. That way, if you do miss that deadline barely, you still have that first version which qualifies you for awards.
Yep.
So I always suggest uploading multiple versions at a time. I mean, not at a time, but you know, one and then after the next.
Yeah. Like get like a first cut, second cut up, and then keep working on it. But you always have that first, second cut ready to go. It's in the can. It's uploaded. You don't have to. You're not late, right? But then, so everybody's clear, if you are uploading one and it goes up and it's on time, and then you upload one that's late, the on time one is what counts. If you go, well, I don't care about awards, I want it to look good at the premiere, then I'll take the late one, right? But if you want to be eligible for the best film of the IE, it's whatever one is on time, regardless how many you've uploaded. So that's a very important detail. Matt looks scared.
It's a lot of words.
Yeah. Are you overwhelmed right now?
A little bit.
Cool. Right on.
It's like
Which-
all coming at me so quick.
Which is why, you know, having a team, right? So,
Yes.
you know, maybe you're good at the production side, but you're not a great editor, and then you don't have to worry about that. So maybe you find yourself the right role and kind of divide and conquer, because
Yeah.
there's not too many successful teams that have to do it all on one person. You know, usually it's a group effort. So
How many
that's the
people-
nice thing, is it's a collaborative medium.
Absolutely.
How many people are allowed in one team?
That's another good question.
Isn't like 20 or 30 the
Technically, it's like however many you want, but the reality is too many, right? Because you got to think about disruptive energy, like it's kind of be too
creative
much to corral,
clashes,
creative clashes.
people talking on set, interrupting. You just want a
Exactly.
focus group of filmmakers. So
you know,
Yeah.
so
yes. If
there's
you,
not a lot of time to waste.
yeah, and then you got to think about releases and all these other things with the paperwork. So if you end up putting 30 people on your crew,
You need 30
10
releases.
people in your cast and so on, dude, your paperwork just went.
I would say
So-
the other thing too is, you have, as your editors are editing, if they're pulling sound effects from whatever library, make sure you track your licenses. At the end, when you upload your stuff, you have to upload all licenses and agreements for music, sound effects, anything like that. So just have someone tracking paperwork as you go, otherwise it'll pile up.
I just noticed they fixed like the aspect ratio on Insta. I don't know if that was purposeful. I'm just gonna share the PowerPoint. I am just curious if it works. Let's see. Does the PowerPoint look better on Insta? Hopefully. Oh, I just saw Mike's. Ooh, it does. It fits now. So cool. Whoever fixed it, you're awesome. Mike, you're saying this is your last 48. Dude, how many 48s have you done, Mike? He's on Instagram, so I'm talking. All right, and there's a bit of a lag, so some of my I have to remember that. But hey, this is working great, you guys. I'm not monitoring YouTube, so if any chats are coming from YouTube, please kind of let me know. I don't know. So cool. This looks good. So now you can kind of see. Oh, now it went back to full screen. So I don't know what's happening there. But basically talking about what it takes to have a award-winning 48 film. I think just what it means to create a great short film in a short period of time, right? Which is what a lot of us are doing. 4 to 7 minutes. Daniel's not here yet? No.
I'm just a stand-in for
You're
now.
standing for Danny.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna call you Danny now.
Okay. That works. Close enough.
And then, thinking about things like keeping your editor on task, and then, just fun stories in general. So we've got a lot of new faces, but if you have anything to share, dude.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think outside of all the technical stuff and the stress of the weekend, it's like, make a film that you want to see, that you want to watch in the theater and that you think maybe people might enjoy. So some of the like more off the wall stuff has been some of the more interesting stuff to watch in the theater.
I agree.
Even when all the technical elements aren't necessarily there, if you have a good impression on the audience, that's really what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, dude, because we both seen it. I mean, this is our 7th year doing it. Probably like my 10th, 11th year involved with the 48. So we've seen a lot of movies. I mean, I think about it, it's over 200.
Yeah, sure.
And we've seen so many creative uses of that time period. And like, people tell us like, oh, I can't see my film. I don't want to see it. It's so bad. And then they go to the premiere, dude, and it's like the crowd's roaring and it's like one of the most well received, right? So like, we're our worst critic is what I'm saying, is like, don't worry. That's part of the experience. But obviously you don't want to like go in and be like, oh, we didn't record audio,
Yeah.
we like,
I mean,
it's just a black
sometimes-
screen with
sometimes when
dialogue.
you're your worst critic, you might be right, but then that's always a good thing to come back and
Yes.
reevaluate, right? And say, okay, how can I get better for next year, and come back to the board. So
Well, I mean, you have a team to like, be there and help you like look at it and tell you everything,
Yeah.
So I feel like that helps a lot too.
Yeah, if it's a good team. Just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean, teams can be varying experience levels, which is cool about the 48. You get some people who are, really experienced filmmakers, and you get people with the first time making a film that are just doing it for fun. So
Yeah,
that's kind of a cool spectrum. And then we've seen a lot of guys over the years in their first 48 was like, man, that was a tough watch, right? To now you're like, okay, like
Yeah.
you can see the progression,
Yeah.
which is always cool when you get to see the progression of filmmakers.
Well, what I love about it too, dude, is how many of our guys who've started with the 48 and now they're doing films or creating their own business. You're one of them. Many of our students are some of them. You know, not that the 48 like created your career or anything, but it was like a lightning bolt, right? Like it was
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
a thing that kind of like jolted you
it's
guys.
definitely something to see, like to get excited for, right? Like a community event, like, okay, there's all these people who care about film.
Yeah.
Why don't I explore it more? I think it's a good like exploration thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Matt's pretty new to film in general, right? Like you took a grip class just because, right?
Just because, yeah.
And now
Now I'm doing a bunch of film classes.
Now you're in, man. You'll never get out.
No, I'm stuck here, especially with the sports broadcasting.
Yeah.
are you gonna make your own 48 team?
I could next year.
I think you should register now.
Wait, your first year with us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
first year.
perfect. So this is perfect too, because a lot of times first year, maybe you don't do it, or you join the Valley team and do it. But then next year you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be the director. I want to be the team leader, you know? And so
Yeah.
like that kind of just take it in and see how it goes. Go to the premiere. You know, that's a lot of fun if you've never been to it. Mike says 2019. So Mikey's been with us since the beginning.
Cool.
I think that's when we took it over. 2018, 2019?
Yeah, I think you did 18 or 19, one of the two.
Yeah, something, because
I,
we're on the
my
seventh
first
year.
my
so-
first one was 2020. I did it as a student here at Valley, and
Yeah, that was
a
our
funny-
first year, Mike. That's crazy, dude.
That's cool.
That's so crazy. 7 years, man. It's our 7th year. And then yeah, we survived COVID with the 48. We always stuck through, man. I was really excited that, and you know, I take pride in saying that we kept it going, and our program, you know. So, which by the way, while I'm on this, I just want to kind of go back. So here's the topics that are on screen right now. We've already talked about genre drawing. We've talked a lot about production documents. We've even touched on some of the competition rules, elements that are required. So we'll kind of go through a little bit more here. I do want to show off the prizes, but I do want to give a quick shout out to all our sponsors, because that's what this is all about too. Obviously, first and foremost, major love to the Institute of Media Arts, which helps us put this thing on, supports everything that we do, and really allows the 48 to be the great event that it is. The last couple of years, KVCR has come on board and really helped us out. We had the meet and greet there this year.
We'll have our kickoff there again as well.
We're having our kickoff there for the second year this year. That's going to be super exciting. I don't know if you want to talk about that too, because you've been with us on a couple kickoffs. Like, how cool is it to have it at KVCR?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just cool to have it in a TV studio in an environment like that. You know, it's a cool thing to have it. So shout out to KVCR for that.
Yeah, sweet. And then big kudos to Inland Empire Film Services and our buddy Dan Taylor. Dude,
He's been with us for a while. Dan
much
Taylor's-
love to Dan. Dan's a big supporter of ours. We really appreciate you, dude. And that's all their offices, including Big Bear Lake, Temecula, and new this year was San Dimas. So going back to Bruce's question about permitting, Dan and IEFS is a perfect resource for, if not the best resource for permitting in Inland Empire. So definitely check out his website. Again,
he has a
Inland Empire
location
Film
library
Services.
on his website as well, stuff like that to go through. His website's definitely good if you're looking to get commercial production or a bigger production that's shooting the IE. He's kind of a liaison, I would describe it. So he's a great liaison between himself and county offices, and he knows how to navigate national parks, for example. But you know, he's obviously that's his profession, so that's you know, a fee to handle all that stuff for you. But if you need to shoot in the Inland Empire, he's a great guy to go to.
Yeah, and two, we talked a lot about unincorporated spaces, which, going back to permitting, any place that's unincorporated typically don't need a permit. So now that doesn't mean there's not dangers, right? Like middle of the desert, whatever. So you still want to take safety into consideration and stuff. Another new sponsor this year is Improv School Redlands, the owner Nick. Big shout outs to Nick. We're doing a new sketch comedy show with Nick, and super exciting. So we were super excited to have the audition event there, and Mars, who is switching for us and doing a wonderful job, was there helping us kind of, take on that event and, collect headshots and all that
Yeah,
good
I heard
stuff.
there was
So,
a good turnout for the audition event
Yeah.
too. So
yeah, I heard good things
if
too.
there's actors looking for teams or teams still looking for actors, maybe reach out over there and see if there's a. Do you have a list of people who auditioned?
I know she
What's the
does.
names? Yeah, so we can get that sent out to team leaders.
Yeah, so
or
again,
anyone.
if people are looking for actors, I did get an email late last night. I haven't replied back to it, but sometimes people like connect with each other and like, oh, do you have this contact, whatever. I'll try my best to find you guys stuff, but honestly, like I'd have to sift through credits or whatever. A lot of times I have team leaders, but I don't necessarily have like
each member,
each cast member or crew over time. So I will do my best, But we're here to help, and so if you need actors or you need crew, the best way is to like communicate online and just let us know. I just got a text. Josie, you have a question again?
Yeah, I have quite a few since my last
Okay,
question. I've been
cool.
waiting for a while.
Let them fly. Sorry.
Um, so if we wanted to rent like a house to film, obviously we'd use our own money. But would we need more, like a different permit than what we normally have? Do we need more permits? How would that work?
So if you're renting a house, what website are you renting it through? That's my first question, because it's largely not allowed to rent and then film in most
Like Airbnb.
Airbnb. You're
Yeah.
not allowed. My account's permanently banned. I can speak personally to that.
Well, you have to tell me that story later.
Honestly, it's not even an exciting story. I just that I was soliciting for places to film, and they just like
Yeah,
permanently-
they don't mess around
They
now.
perma-banned my
Yeah.
account, so I have to book it through other people's accounts now. So
Well, me and my team were looking for possibly in Big Bear. We're still talking it over, but we're thinking of a cabin in Big Bear because, like what Kevin did say earlier, or Nick, one of you guys, mentioned how you can turn any like house really into to fit into the genre. So that's what we were thinking.
I mean, I think main thing. Well, I know this is the Valley team. So, I mean, I can already tell you that Cooney's going to say that's absolutely not allowed because our
Where's
insurance,
Cooney at?
our insurance isn't going to cover any like 1 day or short term rentals.
We got to get Cooney on this one.
So
day,
I will say for the Valley team, it's absolutely not allowed to rent a cabin and shoot at it. If you had a family friend, however, who had a cabin
Yeah.
and could sign it off, then we could issue insurance to you guys. Then that would work. But anything that's Airbnb or Verbo or any of the similar sites, especially for the Valley team, won't be allowed.
And this is why Nick is on the call.
Thank God for Nick, man. I mean, what would we do without him?
When it comes to that stuff, for sure, it's always good to have people in your corner that understand the ins and outs.
And really, the main thing for that, right, is like, it's not just because we said no, right? Like, if something, say someone falls and breaks their leg on your film set and they decide to sue you, the owner or
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you don't have insurance coverage, they're going to come after the producer. So the producer is ultimately going to bear responsibility. So in that case, it would be you, Josie. So
Oh, yeah.
So look, this goes, if you look at the paperwork, this goes to the damage waiver and all that stuff. As producers will tell you, yeah, that stuff doesn't always hold up. So that's why it's very important to take all this into consideration.
yeah, because your crew can sign that waiver, but if you're filming illegally, a lot of times things get thrown out.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's why it's best to just err on safe side and shoot where you can.
We still want to encourage people to be creative and find new locations.
Absolutely.
It's just at the end of the day, just be smart, right? So just think it through.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I have another question.
Go
For
for it.
props, are you allowed to make your own?
Absolutely.
Yeah, even better. Now, so props in general, you can do whatever you want. And I'll come back to the slide that's before this, but the required prop has to show up in your film. So, but yeah, totally. Like the more creative you can be, the better. It's just be careful of doing too much because of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would lie to your editors and say the deadline is earlier than it actually is because they won't read the website. I promise you. I do that every year,
Right.
and they believe me every time because no one else reads. So if you're a producer or team leader, what time's the deadline this year, Kevin?
7:30.
So tell your
Sunday,
editors,
7:30.
tell your editors it's at 6:30, so you have a cut in.
Yeah.
And then after they turn in the first cut, you could say, "Oh, just kidding. You can fix more stuff."
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
Still
pulled
you got good
pulled a
troopers.
prank. April Fool's,
because otherwise
guys.
the editors will sit there and you'll have a good chance.
Well,
of
we'll
being
edit
late.
forever.
Yeah, you'll edit and try to render at the last second, and then you're late.
We won't stop.
No. So
We're
that's why I highly suggest lying to your editors. That's my biggest advice.
How do you prepare for like a weather change too? Because that's a really big one. Because even after looking at the weather and seeing like, oh, this is
It's a
what's
good
gonna be
question.
like.
That's a great
Obviously, it
question.
could
So last
change.
year was insanely hot.
Yeah.
We went to film outside, and my actors were red in the rest of my film, which unfortunately you
got
could
burned,
see.
yeah.
Like they're literally red. Like
color
yeah,
continuity.
your color continuity is
That's
all off
funny,
because
dude.
they're they look like strawberries. So
That's
you
Yeah,
know,
I looked like a
pretty-
strawberry for
pretty
quite
funny,
a while
but
after the
at the same
48
time,
last
if
day.
you're a director, you don't want miscolor continuity. But I think 48s you don't have enough time to properly plan everything, right? You can try your best, but you just kind of got to roll with it at one point. So if it's supposed to rain at all, get an indoors location. Number one, right? Always have some kind of indoors location you can go to. Heat, sunscreen, water. Be prepared. Have a good set, but I think you can be as prepared as you can be. But at the end of the day, you just got to adjust.
And that's filmmaking, you guys, too, right? Like, we plan and we have pre-production for a reason, but when you get out on set, the film gods will be what they are. It just happens. And so always learning how to problem solve on the fly, having redundancies or backup plans is super key. All these things matter. And when it comes to like 48, small things like having understudies for actors and stuff, because this stuff happens and all of a sudden your key actor doesn't show up.
Oh, have a surplus of actors for
Yes.
sure. And don't promise any roles beforehand. That's my biggest advice because as a writer, you don't know what genre you're going to get, and your different actors are going to be better at different things usually.
Yeah.
No one, like, for the most part, for 48 actors, you're not going to get an all-around superstar usually, right? There's always exceptions, but you're going to have people in their niches, and you want to be able to execute that at the highest level. So I would say just, like, hey, if you guys want to come make a film and have a good time, don't promise, like, hey, you're going to have this many lines. Like, just if people want to have fun and create with you, then have them on. But if not, go a different direction.
I think that goes to the genre selection. Like, depending on what genre you get, somebody might be obviously you get martial arts, right? You don't want to put somebody in there who has unless it's comedic, that can't throw a punch. You want somebody in there that can actually sell it. So yeah, exactly. You never know who's going to rise to the key role when the time comes. It's good.
That kind of leads perfectly into my next question, if I can shoot it. All right. Speaking of doing too much and not having enough, what do you usually recommend based off what you've seen is too many or not enough actors?
So I'd say this greatly depends on your experience in dealing with cast as a director. Because, the more experienced director you are, the easier you can block 5 actors and the quicker you can do it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're newer and you're a little fresher at directing, then I would maybe suggest less actors and less to focus on in terms of blocking and coverage. It depends on your crew. Like, honestly, I would just try to evaluate your own kind of where you're at as a director and go from there. Like what do you feel comfortable doing? And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm brand new, so I only need one. Like, no, give yourself a couple, right? But like, be reasonable with yourself.
Yeah. Like, Bruce, who's your favorite director?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite director.
Okay.
I'm just a lowly actor.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times is the reason why I ask, just because it kind of tells us your style of directing.
I would say, how many actors do you have now?
Right now we have 5 set for, not necessarily main roles, but main or supporting. And then we've got a couple backups that we're going to reach out on
I think
Friday.
5 with backups good, because especially if they're crew as well. So I always have a few main actors and then ones that I'm like, hey, if the opportunity comes, maybe you act, or maybe you end up being on the crew with us.
Holding the boom pole.
Yeah, right. Well, hopefully not my boom off. I want someone who knows what they're doing as my boom off, but hopefully not an actor.
Yeah.
But I want someone that could double, because your script might only require 3 people.
Yeah.
Or 4 people, and you don't want to have to force like other actors in just to appease people, right? So keeping some flexibility with yourself is always advisable, but I don't think 5 is necessarily too many, as long as you have small roles, 2 or 3 main ones usually, I feel like, on the winners, it's always 2 to 3 main roles or supporting, and then some really just like day player type roles below
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think actually having 5 with some extras is great. That's a great number.
Yeah.
And again, you can always creatively write to whatever stable of actors you have. And that's always something to think about. That's why I kind of was asking, like, you know, whether it's Aronofsky or Quentin Tarantino or whatever, or P.T. Anderson, like, watch their films, man. Like a lot of times they'll carry the whole film with 1 or 2 actors. You know what I mean? Like,
And
they just,
I think for character actors, don't be afraid to put a non-actor in there.
that too.
Like if you
Yeah.
need a big bouncer and your key grip is a big bouncer, ask him to get it. You know, most of the time crew is happy to act or at least try it, right? So
Well, of course, I'm gonna
you know.
pull out Truffaut and the classic French
Right,
filmmakers,
yeah.
right, of the New Wave era, or, that's how they did it,
Yeah.
right? That's how a lot of filmmakers, started their career, was with non-actors, and because they fit a role or they fit a look or whatever.
But definitely just keep a reasonable amount of people on set in general. The bigger it gets, the more talking, the more distractions, the less focus.
Yep.
So take what you need and run with it and have fun for the weekend. Just try to limit
And
excess.
remember here too, guys. This is a good segue. 4 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So 4 to 7 pages, right? If you get, 8 or 9, fine. But if you're writing 15, 20 pages,
Is that
you're
including or
outside of the?
Is that including credits or excluding
No,
credits?
that's excluding.
Okay,
Yeah.
so credits are separate. Unless you just make sure you don't put a post-credit scene in. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
but
it
don't
counts,
put
right?
a 10-minute credit sequence, okay? Like, we don't want 10 minutes.
Yeah, we will speed it up.
Yes, we will speed it
Yeah.
up because we create the screener and things have to fit in line. Yes. They're all great questions, you guys. So just go into the production documents really quick, and then I'm going to go back to the elements. So you got everybody on that's a team leader, get your agreements in now. That's the one thing you guys can turn in today, right? So that way those are all in team leader agreements. I'll send out some more reminders over the weekend, but get those in now. Those we can start filling out, because those are, whoever registered the team, you're the team leader, fill it out. When you're done with the film, you're going to have a wrap up form. Please make sure you do that. It's vital for just closing the books on everything. You're going to have to submit a team roster. There's a certification statement. You're going to have to get waivers and releases for all your actors. You're going to have to get music release for all the music and sound effects that you use. And if that's you creating that stuff, that you sign the form. Materials release, stock footage, stock images,
If you
the
can,
AI stuff we
if you
talked
can
about
get a
earlier.
composer, that's always a great bonus.
Yeah.
I think composed music always
for
kind of
sure.
elevates, and it fits. It fits the scenes better usually. So if you have any music making friends, it's always good. But I would say for the releases, I would recommend printing out all of the documents that you need, because on set your crew's not on their computer to sign stuff. So I usually print it out, have them sign as they walk in the door, and then I'll just photo scan it and upload to the portal.
Yeah.
So that's the method I recommend as a producer, just to keep it organized and it gets it done quicker. Because you don't want to wait till Sunday night, calling your team who's sleeping, trying to recover from the weekend, panicking, getting them to sign stuff. So I get it done earlier than
And
later.
some of this too is perfect. Like, you have somebody focused on paperwork.
Yeah.
Whether they're a producer or not, just get somebody organized who's just good at, hey, I need you to sign this, do that.
Yeah.
Have all that done, man. You do not want to be doing that while you're uploading your film, right? So, and then lastly, location release. So all these things are the required essential documents. So you cannot be eligible without turning in these things, and it's all online now, so it makes it really easy. So just again, make sure that you focus on this, put
And
somebody
then
on this.
definitely your editing team and your script soup team and everyone, definitely make sure you have someone dedicated to making sure that you don't cut out the line of dialogue that's required, and then make sure that you include the prop. So not only the director should know that, but your whole team that's going to be touching the film needs to know what's required. Because how many times have you seen a film, Kevin, that is a good film,
Yeah.
but they're missing that required element?
Yeah, it happens all the time. That's why we started doing this. Is our third workshop. This is why we do this. And then I kind of briefly go over it in the kickoff, but kickoff is expedited. We only really have like 30, 40 minutes to get through all this stuff. So that's why I'm doing this. There's activity in the other room. Let's go back a little bit here.
Yeah.
So we've got, here's the required elements. And I got to move this over so I can see it on my computer. All right. So, again, you're going to pick your genres. You have to commit to at least one, if not both. You're then going to, at 6:55 at the kickoff, I'm going to basically on the big screen reveal what the required prop is for the year, a line of dialogue, and lastly, a character. So the prop must be seen in your film, right? So it's got to be used in the film some way. The line of dialogue must be spoken, sung, or written verbatim. Okay. And that the required character does not have to be a leading role, but we must see them on screen at some point. It's that simple. Just make sure you understand that. That is the challenge. So it's not only are you making a movie in 48 hours, you have to include all these elements.
Yeah, this just prevents people from making different films ahead of time and cheating and submitting them.
Yes.
So that's just an important thing to remember. It seems, trivial, but
Yeah.
this just keeps the competition level, basically.
And I think it's fun,
And it's
actually.
fun, yeah. You just see how
'cause
you use them.
people do fun stuff with the characters and the production elements, and that comes out. What are they doing over there? They're messing with it. Am I looking at stuff?
Oh, quick question.
Yes, yes.
For the music, for copyright music, copyright free music, would you be allowed to use that, or would you still need to get a signature?
So
off
it
on
needs
it?
copyright free. Copyright free is okay, but I recommend licensed databases. So Artlist and Photo, it'll give you the license and the authorization to use it.
Yeah,
Essentially.
you can just download a little PDF and
it gives you the
upload it.
license. Yeah. And some royalty-free tracks on YouTube will have the license in the description or whatever. So it just depends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josie has another question, I think.
Yeah, sorry, it's my last one because I actually
you're
have to go. So as being a student and doing the 48 and being also a producer, how do you manage the stress easily? And also, what's the most difficult part of being a producer?
So I
So,
mean,
no.
honestly, Josie, I think the key to handling stress is that it's going to be a lot on you at one time, right? Like it's management, but at the same time, your stress isn't going to help you do the job better.
Yeah.
So if you're just overwhelming yourself, it's not going to get anything done any quicker. So if you're able to one, delegate tasks to people helping you out, take some of that stress and pressure off you,
sure,
right? For
yes.
sure. But two is just keeping calm, cool, and collected when things don't go right, because they're not going to all go right. We're going to have things go wrong. People are going to take too long. Cameras will die. Lights will need to get adjusted. Everything that happens on a film set is going to happen, and it's not going to go perfect. So it's just being able to keep composed and push on.
And measure your response, right?
Yeah.
Composure is important. You don't want to react to somebody or yell or, make it all of a sudden a kind of an emotional reaction to something. Just cool, calm, collect. And if things aren't working, start going through your Rolodex of backup, or how can we change this? How can we make this work so we keep moving forward? Because unfortunately, the clock is what makes the stress, right? And how we react to that is different for everybody, right? Yes, I am Zen, but I still stress, and they've all seen me under duress.
And you have to remember, if you're a producer or director, you're a leader, right? So you're going to shoulder that stress, but you're also going to make other people feel good.
Yep.
So a big part of that is catering to other people's personalities.
Absolutely. 100.
So if you're all wound up and yelling at people, they're going to get wound up and start yelling at people, and it's not going to be a fun environment. So I think the main thing is just trying to create a cool environment where we can all work, but we can all have a good time, right? So I think just staying cool
and have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Especially with the 48, have fun. I think the word competition is kind of misread sometimes. It's okay, you're competing, whatever, but it's not it doesn't have to be serious competition.
Yeah, I mean, there's different levels too of people are going to be competitive, and everyone wants to win, right? I mean, it's
Everybody
natural.
wants to put their best out.
Everyone wants to put their
Absolutely.
best out there for sure, but at the same time, you're not going to be Spielberg off of a great 48, right?
Yeah.
You're just not, right? It's a film in 48 hours. Not that it can't be good and not that it can't be quality, But this is just kind of a test of your skills. It's not defining you as a filmmaker. So, like, I think a lot of us who've ended up winning different awards, at one point we've all been late or we missed it. Like my first year in 2020, and then we like completely.
Yeah, let's
missed
talk
it.
about that. So Nick's done it 3 or 4 times. Last year you got best director.
Yeah,
Was it last year?
yeah. Last year was
Last year was best director. So, you know, it took him a couple times, and he learned every single time what worked and what you had to cut. All these things that he's talking about
Yeah.
is not just from our experience in the real world, but to the 48, because there is a bit of a unique
and the 48's a
situation.
different situation because it doesn't encapsulate you fully as a filmmaker, but it shows how you work under pressure and under a time crunch, and your ability to say simple is better sometimes. Like, hey, like we were talking to Eddie, a cinematographer of Josie's team, he's a student here at the school, so I'm helping out with his gear, and his key grip Joseph goes, "We're only using tungsten lights." I go, "Why is that?" He goes, because if we do lights that can change colors, people are going to say, "I want to change colors of that light. It's going to take too long."
Absolutely.
And I said, that's the smartest lighting choice I've ever heard in a 48. Because like, yes, you want options, but too many options is a bad thing sometimes in
Yeah,
a
but
48.
stylistically, all you need is 3 lights.
Yeah.
And you may do 3 point, you may use 1 light.
Yeah.
You may use 0 lights.
Yeah, you may
That's
use
the
the
whole
sun.
point. Yes. And that's the thing too, is honestly measuring the cinematographers, because we can be the worst when it comes to time.
Yeah.
Because just give me 20 more minutes to light this, but everybody just has to be on the same
Or the
page.
director who needs a dolly shot, a dolly zoom that has to
Or
have perfect
47
focus.
takes. This
Yeah.
is not, you're not finching this your way through this. It's
Yeah,
not
it's-
going to be.
And it's
yeah.
very much like you learn what people actually care about in the 48, and it's not the same as making a film you can take your time on. So I always say it's 2 totally different things. Like it's a test of your skills, but you know, just kind of learning about what the 48 is and watching other 48 films. You should go on YouTube and look up Inland Empire 48-hour film competition.
Yeah.
I guarantee you people have their YouTube links up and all that.
Well, yeah, and you can
watch
go
them.
to our site and look at previous years and see who the winners' titles are, and then go find them on YouTube.
Yeah, so I think that's great to know. Hey, what were the winners? Oh, that wasn't that complicated. Or wow, that they did a lot
That
in
is
that 48.
something I should do. I should talk to Mark. I'm sure we can. Should create like a repository, like library on our YouTube. That seems like we should just do that.
That'd be cool, I think.
I'll look at that later. But
But you can definitely go to YouTube and find us or LA Competition 48s. Like, they're out there for sure.
oh, dude, there's so many worldwide, guys. This is worldwide. Remember,
Yeah, so that'd be my note on that.
that was a really long answer, Josie. Was that enough?
Sorry.
That was good. Just making sure there's no
I think we
latency. No, they're there. Cool. If you need more, just just
Yeah.
unmute chat.
Yeah,
All
jump
right.
in.
So there's a couple stuff coming in. If we submit our film late, do we still get to go to the screening? Yes. So even if you're late, this whole thing really is about the experience and seeing your film on the big screen. Not to add some more stress, but it will be seen in the Cine One at Harkins and Redlands. It's a really nice theater with really nice sound. So if you decide to go, well, we won't have any sound design, it may not sound as good as some of the other films.
I
So-
will say, too, if you're late, just so it's no surprise to anyone showing up day of, it will be labeled as late in the screening.
Yes.
Because the judges need to know who's late and who's not. So.
And I will give you up till midnight that night. But please don't, because I'm tired.
Midnight
The
of what?
weekend of Sunday. That's
Oh, of Sunday to upload the late film?
so the drop off day. I usually give you up till midnight to turn in the late.
But you're not eligible for the award.
You
You're
won't be
just
eligible
screening.
if it's later than 7:30. You're not eligible.
Yeah.
But I try to say, hey, try to have your late submission up by midnight that night. If worst case scenario something happens, you can contact me, and I'll give you all my contact info at the kickoff. But please, please, for my sanity, get your stuff turned in Sunday during the kickoff.
So if we're like a minute late, like 7:31, and we turn it
Not
in,
qualified for awards.
still late.
Still late.
Yes,
If you're
very
a
good
second
question.
late, if
Actually,
you're a second late, actually,
because
right?
people always come at me and they're like, "Meh, meh, meh," I'm like, look, guys, this is the challenge. If you're 30 seconds late, if you're 1 second late, and I don't know, man, whatever the
It's
bandwidth or what, I
yeah.
don't know. That's
It's also
the test.
important to know.
There's a checksum that's digitally attached to the file upload. It's not me going, you're late.
Yeah.
It will literally tag you on the server. There's nothing I can do about
And
it.
the best thing to do is not wait till the last minute to turn it in. So that's always,
And that's it. Like we just said, having those
self accountability.
those
right?
1 or 2 uploads that are on time, and then you can keep tweaking and going until you get hopefully the best submission that's on time. And then if you decide, hey, I don't want to be eligible, I want it to look good on the screen, here's another upload at 8:30, play that one. Cool. Either way. Also, would you recommend shooting 2 locations? Kind of went over this, but I don't know if you want to.
I mean, you just have to remember every time you move locations, you have to accommodate for a company move. So my question is, how far is the location? Right?
Yes.
How far do I have to move? How many people are in my group?
Yeah.
How many people have to travel? You just want to remove error. So 2 locations, I wouldn't say is create like. I feel like what a lot of the winners probably end up using 2 locations. Kevin, you'd say, right? Like,
I don't know though.
yeah, or more, 2 or more.
I mean, I think they'll use because I always think of Clay's Cuffed, where it was just in the back of the cop car.
Yeah,
It was basically one location.
but he did drive to he was in like a motel parking lot for one.
that
one of
was
those shots.
was last.
Oh, was that the year after?
The year after
Gotcha.
the third year. But his very first year, he was just one location. So it just depends.
Yeah.
It depends on, can you move company?
Yeah.
Can you, if you've got 20 people you're moving, you just got to think about how much
Yeah.
time you lose moving that many people.
But yeah, I mean, I would say on average, 1 to 3 locations is pretty normal, but 3 gets to be a lot. Like, I wouldn't generally recommend
And
it.
remember too, if you have a house or wherever, you can dress that house in multiple ways, in different rooms, backyard, front yard, basements, whatever, and create separate locations. So you just be creative. Think ahead now what you can do with your location.
If you can be in one location for the majority of the day, that's great. That's always kind of my general sentiment.
What do you think, Matthew? I just wanna include
Honestly,
who's
I
sitting over there.
feel like if you move too far, then yeah, obviously it's going to cause problems. But also for like a paperwork standpoint, you have to get everything for that as well.
The
For
location.
that second location.
Yeah, you need that location release. So that's the
Yeah.
only thing the 48 requires is that location release. But yeah, you do.
So for like every single time you
Ho-
move,
ho-
you got to get that,
There's an individual named Juan on here. I'm not sure if we know Juan or not, but he specifically wants to know from Nick, what's your biggest advice you have for an aspiring filmmaker?
Which one is it?
Let's just say it's Juan. It's many Juans out in the ether.
Yeah, many ones in the ether. Huh?
Yeah.
My biggest advice is just to create stuff at the end of the day, but not just 48s, but anything. I mean, I think it's really, really has to depend on the person and what they're trying to do and what they're catered to be. But that'd be my most general advice is just try to make stuff and see what comes of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones who make we work in a film school, so I think we see all variety
We do.
of students, right? And all the variety of creators. And it always impresses me when kids have a camera. They're like, well, my camera's not good enough to make anything. And then we have a kid who shows up with a busted iPhone and says, look what I shot or something like that, right? So it's always cool to see.
Yeah.
I think just doing is what you need to.
I think we live in a world too where I get into this conversation all the time with all ages, but we're living in this instant gratification world where it's like, I'm going to put this thing on and then get likes or whatever. Just remember it's a craft, right? So for aspiring filmmakers, just study and find your voice, find your style, find your way.
What's your why at the end of the day?
Yeah, what's your why? And just chip away until bang, you hit something. And then you're gonna hear people say, oh, just direct, just film, just sound op. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore because we've seen so many people do it all. We've seen so many people who start as an actor, then become a writer, then become a director. There's no real path.
No. And I mean, I think realistically too, a lot of people you meet who have stable industry jobs, right? When they're in film school, they tried a lot of stuff, but then they fell into whatever job and they're like, yeah, I haven't picked up a camera in 20 years. And it's it's normal. Yeah. Right? It's completely normal. But until you find that path that you think is yours, just try it all. Why not?
Yep. Yeah.
I 100% agree. That's what
I
I'm
think
doing.
of that. Isn't it Shakira that did try everything?
Yeah,
That song. I'm not sure how I feel about that song, but sure.
Kevin's favorite song.
Sorry, I have kids. I have kids, and it popped in my head.
That was his favorite song for
And
sure.
Shakira
Definitely.
too. So, all right, but so and Mikey, shout out to Mikey, who's always with us too at the 48, and former student alumni of our program. Don't forget end credits. Yeah, please don't forget credits because you should credit each other. That's like the one thing everybody gets out of this thing is like, hey, I was a part of that. Look at my name, and if it wins, great. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I think credit copy meal, right, is always when you're not paying people. Those are like the, hey, give them a copy of the film, feed them, and give them the credit on screen. So that's always
Yeah.
like a good
Yeah.
standard. So that's a good call out.
Yeah. I feel like it's getting loud out there. We should call people in and see what the ruckus is about.
The merry-go-round.
I
Yeah.
really feel like that probably would work too.
It's Danny's class, maybe.
Yeah, it's his
Let's
class,
get
I think.
Danielson in here. All right, so are we required to submit BTS and film posters? Great question. Thank you. Yes, please. You're not required first, but yes, please submit behind the scenes, just in case you don't know what BTS is. Posters
have
are
one.
fun because you can print your posters out and you can post them in the lobby at the theater, which is cool. I think it adds to the environment. We've had filmmakers come out and set up step and repeats. We'll have a step and repeat set up. Yeah, go as much as you can submit and do within that weekend. I think that goes again to people, like, that's their job. Like you put somebody on BTS, put somebody on graphics and all that, because that's where.
Or if you have a small crew, it's like, hey, over the course of the weekend, people snap pictures. You can always create a little group chat or photo circle or something and have everyone send them
And
images.
hashtag the 48-hour film IE Insta, guys. That's the point too. That's like if you go and check out that hashtag, there's a lot of fun pics in past. I feel like you guys have the best view of what's happening over there. So all right, let's keep going here. What's your guys' best advice for editors? We've kind of talked a little bit about that.
So best advice for editors: if you don't have two SSD or if you don't have two hard drives, find a way to get another one, because back your project up. We've had calls of people completely losing their project due to drive failure or whatever, right, Kevin? So
Oh, yeah.
I think redundancy is the key word with editors, but also you need to have an editor who's not sleeping Saturday night. If you shoot all day Sunday, you need to have a person Saturday night that's at least assembling and getting everything together, and then Sunday you can do final pass.
Yeah.
But I think by the time people wake up Sunday, you need to be pretty far along in your edit.
I do think too, the tough part about editors is allow yourself not to do everything. So delegate, goes back to delegating. Have somebody put together the credits list. Have somebody work on the music and the sound design. You do not have to do it all.
You don't have to color necessarily the project, right?
You could have somebody color if you want
Yeah.
to. So
Honestly,
know.
find some good LUTs. So whatever camera you're using too, find some good LUTs to have in your library, because you may run out of time and not be able to color. So it's always good to at least have a LUT on there. So that way your footage isn't log or great,
just
whatever.
make sure
So it's
you're
good to-
running it through the scopes. Make
Yes.
sure that
So-
it looks exposure right.
Yeah.
Your exposure triangle, guys.
But yeah, if your cinematographer exposes right, it'll make it a lot easier on you.
Yep.
I mean, ultimately, if your production does a good job, you're not going to have distorted audio. You're not going to have under or overexposed. Yeah. So, so basically just if everyone in production does good and you're prepared with redundancy and having good organization, then I think you'll be all right. But having a second editor never hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, as long as you are organized.
Yep. And sleep.
Kind of.
You can
Yeah.
pull an all-nighter. Let's
I'm
get
just
this.
saying.
Let's get
Yeah.
this.
That's why you have the second
got
editor.
that.
One sleeps, one works. Rotate.
Exactly.
Says the guy who's never done it yet.
Nah, just editing.
It
bro.
always is so I just had the genres up too, because I know people were asking earlier. Again, these are on the website. You'll see them at the thing, but you can take a screenshot here. I'm just gonna kind of blast through this. We already went over most of this. Again, here's the URLs for the yeah. In a second, maybe we could switch back there, Mars. Let me just go through the last slide here. So these are the two web addresses too for the filmmaking rules, competition rules. And then I did want to get to this page, which I think is the most importante. The prizes. Okay.
We have prizes?
So the best film, which will be presented by our sponsor IEFS and Dan Taylor, that is a $500 reward for the best film, and obviously best film of every city. IE will go and represent us at the Filmapalooza. Actually, I put 25 there, but that's 26. I think Filmapalooza is usually after the first of the year, which that's super cool, and it's always in a different place. I think last year it was in
Washington or something?
I think it was in Lisbon last year. Washington maybe the year before because it was the 20th.
Okay.
I forget
Yeah.
sometimes. It was in LA a couple years ago. That one I went to. That was fun. So that's cool. So again, if that's not enticing enough to register, I don't know what else is. Oh, is there another cash reward for best director? Nick actually received that last year. Would you like to tell us what you did with your reward, or is that secrets?
That's secret for sure.
Right, cool. And then and that's all the cash rewards, guys. We're not filthy, sorry, but again, those are special things to the
But there is
people behind
certificates
everything.
given out for other awards.
We've got awards, trophies for screenplay, best cinematography, editing. Then this year we did actor and actress, because I always feel like we did best actor before, but I would really like to give trophy one and the other, because there's always a rising actor and a rising actress that just, I think, jump off the screen. And I'm telling you guys, seeing this stuff on the big screen, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
It's a totally different experience than seeing your film on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we do reward the best use of character, prop, and line, typically a certificate. Maybe we'll throw some swag items at it. So we try to recognize those main awards every year. That will happen November 5th at the Best of and our award ceremony. But before that, on October 22nd, we have the premiere at Harkins in Redlands. So definitely mark your calendars for that. And I always have to remind everybody, each team leader gets 2 comp tickets. After that, everybody pays. So this year, we're going to try to do the general admission again, where you pay and you get to see both screening groups. I think there's 400 plus seats in the City One, so it should be plenty. Last year, I got that RPX at 700. I wanted to fill it, but we didn't quite get there. It was close.
It was a good turnout though.
No, it was still like almost 500.
Yeah, I think we'll fill up
Yeah,
City One this
450.
year.
I think overall. So this
Yeah.
one, this, I'm potentially thinking this one sells out this year.
Yeah.
Which could be our first time, which would be fun. All right, and then there's the audience award, and that one's just bragging rights. So, and all films are eligible for audience award, on time or late.
It's always a good idea to bring in as many people to the screening that you can if you want to win that, right? So that's always
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's always a nice.
It's a
incentive
numbers
to
game.
48
Let's
throws in
be
there.
honest. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's we pull it in the moment, and so yeah. Okay, hold on. There's more questions. Oh, thank you. Yes, Cindy. Yes, it was Seattle last year, then Lisbon the year before was the Filmapalooza. And then another question from Mars is, can we purchase tickets at the door? Yes.
Yeah,
But we prefer
we prefer to buy ahead of
you
time.
buy it through our ticket service, which we've used Ticket Leap the last couple of years. That link usually goes live, just after the kickoff weekend. So that'll probably go live like that following. So the kickoff is the 6th. I'm sorry, kickoff is the 3rd to the 5th. So drop off that Sunday. Then the following day, Monday, Tuesday, you usually drop the link for the premiere. And then it's like first come, first serve, man. Like I said, every team will get 2 tickets comped, but after that, everybody pays.
And then if you have like family you know is coming out who's older and struggle with buying tickets ahead of time, help them out, because I think every year
Yeah.
there's always people struggling to get it ahead of time, and
Yeah.
I think this year, like you're saying, we might actually sell out. It's a pretty good likelihood, because last year we had about 500.
Yeah, and we did charge $20 a ticket last year, so I have to put that out there too, so everybody knows it's most likely going to be the same. That's how we get these nice theaters. Okay, so it is what it is. So
I mean, how often do you get to watch your film on
And that's the thing
on a big
too,
screen,
you know,
so that's really
we
what it
work
is.
really hard. We've been at multiple theaters now, from the Look to the Regal to now Harkins. This is actually the second or third time we've been at the Harkins in one capacity or the other. So yeah, we work really hard to work with these theaters and to make sure that we get you a solid experience, right? And the Cine One theater should be really cool, whether we haven't had it. I'm gonna kind of miss Regal. So Regal, if you're listening, but Harkins, thank you. You know, we really are excited to have our premiere there. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody has comments or thoughts too about the premiere, that's always fun to share.
Wexler asked, when will tickets go on sale for the premiere?
Yeah, so again, I kind of made it confusing, but the drop off is October 5th, right? So I usually will release the link Monday or Tuesday after that. So probably like the 6th or 7th. I'm also recovering after the kickoff weekend, so it takes me a little bit to kind of like.
Yeah, what's your phone like on a kickoff weekend, Kevin? Like,
Depends. It
I mean-
depends. Sometimes it's like chaos, and sometimes it's like eerily quiet. Like I think it was last year, or the year before. I was like, man, nobody's uploading. It was making me nervous, dude.
I think it was last year.
I think it was last year. I think like 7 o'clock. Boom! My computer screen just like, and it was chaos. And I was like, oh my God, why is everybody waiting? And then it was like a little bit chaos on my phone of like, like. That's why I go over this stuff now, and briefly at the kickoff. So put the time in now to plan it. Do not wait till the last moment. Every time I say it, though, somebody will.
And how will people find us if they're not watching this live?
I mean, true.
So
they should know this.
So
It's
the
like
48
in the
hour,
ether.
yeah. Wait, how will people know about the competition, or just know this stuff?
This stuff.
Just what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, if people read the website too, like Kevin's saying, if anyone didn't come to this live and someone who's watching the live now can tell them, like, hey, go to the website. It will outline most of this info in here, besides obviously the advice and stuff. But
Yeah.
all the rules and stuff at least are all posted for teams to see.
Yeah. So did anybody that's left on the call have any questions? Thank you guys for joining us too. That was awesome. Mars, I don't know if there's any other questions from the ether on Zoom. What's some of the things you guys did in past 48s that you wouldn't recommend doing?
How about your past 48s? Yeah. Let's hear about Kevin.
I told you one of the ones with Manny, it was cool because Manny had, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing that PowerPoint. Manny had some fun questions to ask us at the meet and greet. So I was curious to see what he ended up with, because he asked this kind of a similar question to everybody. My story was like one year when we were late, when we actually used to have to drop off the film, we made it from like the north end of San Bernardino to Riverside in like 12 minutes. So that Denver is a good suggestion. So we've had some interesting moments. I could tell you stories about filming. I remember one time we were filming in a cemetery, and I had a big old group of extras, and we were like, it was like a hip hop video, and all of a sudden, like we had like younger people, like teenage age. I'm not even sure, because there was just so many people. It was crazy. One just passed out like on a grave. And then the whole thing was like, oh, I felt like something entered my body. And then I passed out, and everybody's freaking out on the set. It's like, oh, this set is cursed. So I have a bunch of those kind of weird, funny stories, just filming, man, and I grew up, born and raised in San Bernardino. All through the 80s and 90s. I did that for Nick, because I always talk about the 80s and 90s.
Sly Boogie.
Well, that's one of that video we did the whole fight scene.
Yeah,
down in Court Street.
Go to Lions Den Pro on YouTube. Look up Sly
Hey,
Boogie.
there
You'll see his music
Yeah,
video
you
in
see
San
my
Bernardino
logo
in the
right
90s.
there?
So
Yes. That was actually early 2000s.
Okay,
But
if you wanna
but
see
very much the 90s spirit
90s
was
vibe for
was
sure.
definitely involved.
even
for
the
sure.
editing style for sure was the 90s.
Yes,
So
yes.
check out his YouTube. But no, I mean, I think main thing is not doing too much, as Kevin always says, is do the right amount. So
Yes.
too many locations, too many actors. Try to get somewhere that's weather friendly. I did shoot in the high desert one year.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was awful. I'd
God.
never shoot in the high desert again. So like just
Yeah.
things that you can
Well,
control.
plus
try to
getting up the
control it.
hill and down the hill, like if for
Well, like
whatever
our
reason,
where we were shooting, and then our editor's house was like 45 minutes away or half hour. Just the high desert, everything is far away. So
yeah.
um,
Let's shout out to Clay though, because Clay, if he's still up in the high
yeah,
desert,
high desert filmmaker out
yeah,
there.
high
Yeah.
desert filmmaker, definitely.
He's smart about keeping it contained though, for the most part. Stuff he knows he can move quickly, but
Yeah.
you know, having dedicated people to DIT, to data wrangling, making sure the footage you shot ends up in your editor's hands, making sure there's a backup.
Yeah.
That's always the main things, right? So the stuff that seems fundamental but people rush or think they don't have time for, take the time to set things up properly and then
Yeah.
pay off in the long run, basically.
I'll tell you, they were also asking about best moments. I'll tell you, one of my best moments is I did 48 several years ago. And I had my uncle in it, which is he's a seasoned stuntman and stunt coordinator, and that was a cool collab, Unc, if you're out there. You know, I think that's what's great about the 48. It's just working with people that maybe you don't get to work with all the time, or you never worked with, and all of a sudden, like you kind of feel like you go to battle with them, and there's there's this just bond that's created, and it lasts forever.
Friendships can either be made or broken during the
Totally,
48,
exactly.
So,
Yes,
you know, you might
yes.
be yelling at each other or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's like you get over it or not, and
Yeah.
you know, it's always interesting. I'm sure people could have a friendship fallout stories.
Let's
before it
call.
gets
Let's if anybody's out there that wants to come in the room and join us, like come on in. You know, I know you do. I know you do. And are we looking at the YouTube too? Because I know it's going to YouTube, so I wonder if some of these questions are coming from YouTube. I haven't looked yet. I know I'm afraid to use my phone and I break it. Not my phone, but like I'll lose the
Stream.
chat.
Let me check.
This is working though, which I'm happy. There's some things I want to change, but kudos to Mars for helping, and Juan helped tremendously.
No, we're
Matt
good on
stepped in.
YouTube.
Cool. It's fun. Like I want to do this more, and maybe we'll do a post one this year, and maybe we could have team leaders come out and talk. That would be kind of fun.
That'd be really
That'd be cool.
It
That'd be
looks
cool.
like Casey said, "What if you try to remake the film 48 Hours with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy for
That's a
48?"
good one, actually. Who's seen 48 Hours? Oh man, Nick. No, who's seen Runaway Train?
Definitely. That's our daily combo.
Yeah, we have to put the Runaway
The
Train,
Runaway Train
energy
reference
out
in
there.
there.
Yeah, if you've not seen Runaway
Shout out to
Train.
Kevin's uncle.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think I don't know if he worked on that one or not, but he may have. I know he's always connected.
Let's just say
with
he
us.
did for this.
Let's just say he
Let's
did.
say he
you
did,
know.
yeah.
One of these days we'll get Unc out here.
I think someone can do a 48 on just let's just say we did. You know.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
could be a concept
exactly.
for one
Yeah,
of you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
if-
No, that's a great reference though. 48 Hours classic. That's actually kind of funny. I mean, I don't think we've never seen that. I'm sure somebody's played with that before, but you got to get that cast right. Who's going to play Eddie? Who's going to play Nick Nolte? You know,
That's gonna be the toughest.
that's
thing,
going to be
right?
the
Yeah.
toughest thing, bro.
I mean, that's honestly some of the most successful teams, though, are the actors that stand out a lot of times. So a lot of your work and being successful is casting beforehand.
Yes.
You know, it's always
And chemistry
Yeah.
too, dude. Like casting's a lot of times not always just about
talent or
talent or like, or do they have acting prowess? Like sometimes about chemistry. Like you get two funny dudes or people together and they just riff. I was listening to Christopher Guest, the guy from Spinal Tap. He was on Mark Maron podcast the other day.
I love
It was-
Maron.
Yeah, dude, it
It's
was
a cool
so.
show.
You should listen to that episode, dude. It's a really good episode. And they were just, talking about his process and like he just kind of fell into everything. That's why I always tell people there's no freaking path. Every time you listen to some of the greatest out there, they just fall into it.
I
They just
think-
do it,
I think after the 48, we should have a little reality show of friendship fallouts, and we have like a Dr. Phil. Cooney can put on a Dr. Phil earpiece,
yeah.
and he can play Dr. Phil between like friendship fallouts. I think that'd be a good segment.
Like a couch.
Yeah, like, just
thing.
like that, and he could be in there.
I'll
like,
just lay there, or he could see, like therapy and
Cooney
like,
can just cackle at their problems and taunt them.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be hilarious. That would be funny. Yeah. Oh, I see Casey threw out Midnight Run, another classic too. Have you seen any of these movies, Matthew?
No.
Name a movie from the 80s, bro. See how far
Action
back.
Man.
Name one.
Yeah.
Any movie from the 80s.
No, like
Test-
action. like
Oh, Action
Man.
Jackson?
No, Action Man.
Action Man.
Pretty sure that's what it's
Look at it. Look, I'm thinking Action Jackson, dude. I went straight to my dude. You know, I gotta go to Apollo all the way. Carl Weathers.
Nobody
Former
under
Raiders.
33 knows these movies. Yeah, yeah.
Nobody under 30. So that's to be the test.
Yeah,
That should be the
that's-
test.
that's
You
pretty
must
accurate.
know at least one. You have one on your shirt, bro.
yeah, well,
That's why I
I don't wanna
asked
pick
you.
this
He
one.
literally is wearing Indiana Jones Temple of Doom
I
shirt.
feel like like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, like
Yeah.
you know, like something more than just
Like Commando?
You know, yeah.
Don't
Like-
bother my friend. He's dead tired. Yeah, classic 80s quotes. Bring them right now.
Everything's classic to Kevin, FYI.
This is not a lie. This is not a lie.
Thinking of the Running Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Running Man's cool. They're doing a
cool.
new one, actually. Edgar Wright's directing it. I don't know if you saw it.
Mars asked if we want to use music from YouTube, do we need to get them licensed, or would you suggest just creating your own?
I already asked that.
Yeah, I think with YouTube, if you go to the audio library in YouTube Studio, it's just royalty free. Period. I'm not entirely sure how
They might have a license in their description.
It might just be a global one. Yeah, that
Sometimes
you
in
go
their description
download.
you can copy and paste.
Yeah,
But yeah, usually that's how it goes.
yeah. I always tell people, students too.
But don't put Kanye West. We know that's not royalty free. So
No, yes, yeah.
so
If it's a full, yeah, exactly.
it's always funny. Yeah.
Major labeled artist.
What we
no.
see is always funny in 48. So like,
I've seen though people who have like ASCAP licenses or whatever, like blanket license, they get away with stuff. People, you'll be surprised. Like
Yeah.
some of the people that come into the 48 are seasoned filmmakers. They've got their connections. Don't get it twisted. We get a lot of people from LA sometimes trying to win our market, because everybody's trying to get to Filmapalooza. So it happens,
we haven't had a winner in a while though from
Yeah.
Right?
No,
No,
our
we
IE
haven't.
guys
We've had
usually
it from
rep pretty
IE.
good. We've had some close ones.
yeah.
Because last year there was a couple up that
The
may have been, I
cinematography
think
one?
Orange County
The
guys.
one that won best cinematography last year, I think, might have been not from.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they might have been Orange County or something like that.
It was a good
yeah.
looking film. I forget the name of it, but I remember
Yeah.
that film looked good.
Yep. Well, I'm still ready for some 80s quotes, but I guess it's not gonna happen.
Nah,
Rip
I
There
don't
is no
think so.
tomorrow.
Yeah, there. Yeah, Instagram reel montages
Yeah,
of getting Kevin motivated. huh?
Yeah.
Are we gonna see a Steadicam training class where Kevin boxes again?
Oh
then?
man.
Oh yeah.
How about you just got outboxed?
That
That might as well be a 80s
still tells me
reference.
that's a good title.
That might as
bro.
well be a 80s
I need to make
reference.
that feature just because that title, bro.
If you haven't seen Kevin's film Outboxed, it's full of 80s references, so go watch it.
Not really, but Bree, she does a great job.
The whole film's an 80s reference in Kevin's head.
I mean,
or 90s.
We were trying to get to that backyard brawling kind of
That style?
concept. That was
What's the backyard
Yeah.
brawl movie you always reference? You have one. Which
Yeah.
one is it?
Oh, for
Brave,
me,
has it Bray or Lionheart?
oh Lionheart, yeah,
Lionheart,
for
there you
sure.
go.
That's another '80s classic, Jean-Claude Van Damme. If you don't know, you don't know, but some do.
Think pop culture. That's literally my entire generation.
Yeah,
That's all we know.
that's not true. I know you guys know more than that.
I mean, we probably do. We just don't really think about it,
It is interesting though. I see a lot of like Bowie shirts and like Fleetwood Mac shirts, and it's like, oh,
Fleetwood
sing a
Mac.
song, and they don't know. any
Fleetwood
of the
Mac got
music.
big again though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got big again.
yeah. But it is interesting how even Nirvana shirts and whatever, I see a bunch of 90s shout outs. So
I think
name
that's
a
like
90s movie.
a 90s movie. Isn't that like Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, 90. That's like early 90s.
Yeah.
it's a classic.
Like Jurassic Park 2, and then I think one came out in 2003.
Yeah, yeah,
The third one. Yeah.
yeah. Good hits. And the classic though, the first one's the best. That's-
Exactly.
that's the best
You
one.
just you get these movies,
Yes.
Get them back.
Put Matt on the spot.
Yeah.
I think we did this last year to the other Matt.
Yeah, Matt Millara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Where's he at? Where are you at, Matthew?
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's like, what? So next year we get another Matt. It
Yeah.
has to be like
has to be another Matt.
another Matt every
Yeah, I
year.
mean,
New Matthew every time.
So I feel like that is what happened, dude.
are you 2.0?
No, I'm point one.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
One of one?
Yeah, and I mean, you only have my name spelled
Uh,
weird, so
Bruce Lee's asking for Dan's information for permitting to be emailed out to us. One thing with Dan I would note though is it's not free.
No, Dan might, apologize, Dan, if I get this wrong, but you could call him as a resource. Just go to his website, which is I can even paste it in the thingy, but I'm pretty sure it's IEFS. And then the problem is there's too many IEFSs, so let's do Inland Empire Film Services. And his website is iefilmpermits.com. So I'll paste that into the Zoom here.
You're getting some 80s quotes in the, or 90s quotes.
I'm not looking what
90s.
90. You're getting some quotes.
yeah. Oh my gosh, here they come. Yes. Yeah, well, they're coming after well, I see Predator, I see, yeah. I gotta get like some of my friends on this feed, they'll go off. Cool. So I put the information in there on the Zoom. Bruce, you got it. Cool. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. This is awesome. All right. Well, it's 5:30. We're doing great. We didn't unfortunately have Danielson on here. He's here in spirit.
Yeah, let's put it out the
I'm the
Yeah.
stand-in, so
So-
I'm Danny now.
You are. Cooney
He's-
called out.
He's teaching his
Rich?
editing class right now. He's teaching the youth.
I feel like we have more people on right now, so we're hitting the right time. Maybe I should have had this at 5, but it's been good.
Yeah. and
Mike said there can only be one Highlander.
There can only be one. Yes, Highlander. If you've never seen Highlander, classic. Yeah, Highlander 2. Cooney and I always talk about. Sean Connery plays a Spaniard, so it's always fun. So we could go on for days. Cooney said, "I was promised Danny Rich. This podcast is broken."
Nah, I'm better, obviously. That's why. I'm
Oh,
here.
you better watch out. He is in the other room.
Yeah, he is. He's right there. I can call him out right
Tell him
now.
to come in if he's teaching, right?
Yeah, he's teaching
his
right now.
class, unfortunately.
All right. Well,
So that's why I'm here.
all right. Well, any other questions, any other comments, any other fun stories, or just do we want to just talk about movies? I did put us 4 to 6, so I don't want to just jump away just yet.
What is a typical start of a 48?
Oh yeah, we
Oh.
were going to talk about that. That is a great. See, the ether is speaking through Matthew right now. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is you, because you were the one. You and Danny were like, "What do you not start with in a film?"
You mean you'll see this on social media 1,000 times, but alarm
Yeah.
clocks, like no one, it's been done so many times in student
The
shorts,
tropes,
especially the
yes.
tropes of
Yeah.
waking up to an alarm clock specifically is always one that's like bad start,
Yeah.
right? So just think about your opening image. I'd always say if your opening image isn't strong,
Yeah.
all of our attention spans are like gnats now. We're one thing to the next. So grab your audience's attention quickly.
Yeah.
So that's always kind of something I would start with.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good we haven't talked about our judges. I've been kind of keeping them under wraps, but like let's drop them right now. So one of our judges is Tom Coe, who man, I'm gonna look up his film company before I don't want to mispronounce it. What is it again? Oh gosh.
Well, he runs the cigars and film.
Yeah, but he has anybody texted to me that you remember, but I want to give a shout out to his group. So Tom's gonna like be one of our judges, which I think is super exciting because he shoots on film. He processes and cuts film on a daily. So his like what he's looking at, what he's looking for in film is going to be very unique and new to the judging process.
And then we have Tim Steidel from next door as well.
We got our man Tim
So he's
Steidel
been
from
a-
KVCR.
He's been a broadcast professional for how many years, Kev? You could-
Well, yeah, I mean, I think
know.
last time he made me know that he producer director. That's his
Yeah,
title, which it is. But he's we both know, a man of all trades, right? Like he's just
Yeah.
like an engineer, god over there.
Tim likes to play a segment
Yeah.
from an old show called "That's a Deal Breaker," right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if we had Tim on right now,
This is perfect.
right?
Yeah, the
So-
deal breaker. Yeah.
So Matthew, what's some deal breakers you think as a judge when you're watching a film? Like if you were to be a judge, what do you think? Like would some deal breakers be to you?
making sure everything's like exposed properly, making sure everything
Yeah.
looks good.
So-
you know?
So under
Hey,
or overexposed footage, that could be a deal breaker, right? Like obviously you're not disqualified, but we're all trying to look good for the judges if you're participating. You know, like Tim always, you know, boom pole in the shot, that's a deal breaker, right? So there's always
Yes, boom pole in the shot. Definitely
boom pole in
deal
the shot. We
breaker,
see
bro.
every 48 in the theater. Make sure
Yes.
you're watching your films in full screen on a monitor when you're editing it, because I don't know, we probably see at least 4 boom poles in films in each screening. I feel like out of 25, we probably see 3 or 4 appearances.
Right.
So
So just remember you're on the big screen.
Really quick too, you had it right. ASCF, American Society of Cigars and Film.
yeah,
That's Tom Coe's company. So that's one of our judges. And then Tim Steidel is our second judge. And then our faculty member,
Alpha.
Alpha, is going to be our third judge. And honestly, I know Alpha had sent me some stuff. I don't know if you have any reference to her.
I don't know her.
I know
Exact,
she's
I don't
done
know.
a bunch
I don't
of
know their
stuff.
exact background, but
Yeah.
you know, media professional. So
Yep.
I'll just keep it vague there, just because I don't want to speak on it.
Yes. So again, that's why we were kind of had them under wraps, but we do have 3. I have a couple others who have shown interest, and I have not made decisions yet whether or not to have them on board. So, but usually we have about 3 judges. Works really well because it kind of just helps keep it simple.
Mike Contreras is asking, can teams openly use the SBVC campus as a location if they aren't a student?
Where's Cooney at? Cooney's on the thread.
Yeah, that would be a good.
It's a
Cooney
public
question.
space. I mean,
It's
this
technically
is-
a public space.
Yeah.
But filming,
You would still need to coordinate, I think, with
possibly, I'd reach out to facilities.
facilities and maybe
obtain
s-
permission
and
ahead of time.
security
Yeah.
to let them know. But universities typically and parks
Are public.
are considered public spaces where
Yeah.
you typically don't have to seek a permit.
Yeah, obviously doing stunts on there or anything like
Right.
that.
If you
then-
start to do, or you're stabbing,
Yeah.
freaking Michael Myers and stuff. Okay, now and you better contact local PD, sheriff too, and let them know.
remember,
you're
be
even
safe. Any
messing
kind of
around
props,
with any of
yeah,
that
anything
stuff.
like that. Be
Because I
safe.
can tell you stories about that too. But I
Can we
won't.
hear one?
Nope. Just know to be safe and do not mess around when you are playing with weapons or anything of the sort out in public when you're shooting a film. Because especially we live in that world now, people don't know, if it's a real event or not. And so, cops can be called on you super quick and they may not show up with questions. They may show up in different ways and you don't want that happening. So that definitely can happen. So Casey corrected me on the Highlander too. That was good. Kudos to you, my friend. All right. That he's Egyptian. The funny thing about that movie, I'm not going to get on Highlander right now because I can't.
You don't want a tangent.
No, yes, exactly. All right, so let's go back here. Great, you guys keep them coming. If you have any other questions or comments,
please ask more,
This is
whatever.
this is the moment. It's perfect. It's exactly what we were hoping. This is why I did like Instagram. So if you do like us on Instagram this year and this is working, please let us know. I'm open for suggestions and comments. Please be nice. But we always want to make it better, and we always want to make sure that we're providing the best amount of information leading up to the kickoff, and that this is your chance to kind of get a step up or leg up.
And I think too, any questions leading up to the kickoff, they could always send you an email too, right, Kev?
Yeah. So you can always email Inland Empire at 48hourfilm.com. You can message us on Instagram. Obviously, we do a lot of stuff on Instagram, and a lot of where I work and that I teach at Valley. So it's not hard to find me. Let's see here. Censorship wise, is there any things that you cannot? The only thing I tell people typically is that it's kind of a PG-13 environment. So if you're wanting to go super extra, intestines coming out and the whole nine, alien.
I know the 48.
Just broach it as PG-13.
As someone who likes to push, guidelines.
Of course, yes.
Right. I would speak that the 48 does have outline on their website too, like what's exactly
Yes.
too much, and they give kind of vague things up to discretion too, but they do have some like, hey, this is what you can do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like TV 14 to
Yeah.
17, like
Yeah.
anything beyond 17 is usually a no.
Yes.
That's kind of the
Yeah. We're not looking for non-rated content
Yeah.
or TVMA, not really kind of like this environment.
But it's definitely not it's not like you don't have to make a kids movie, right? Like you
Yeah.
can have adult
And
language.
at the
you
end
have
of the
adult-
day, dude, we'll at our discretion, we'll make that judgment call
Yeah.
to premiere it. I have yet to have that.
Yeah, we've had some pretty
So-
graphic,
and I've
violent
had some
films,
pretty-
pretty over the top comedic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can be an adult and make
Yeah,
a film
be
that you want.
stylistic with it, really,
Yeah.
too. Like that's the thing. It's a good question. We had a boom in our shot. It was a mockumentary. Yes, that works. Yes, yes. That's good touche moment. Like,
Yeah, but like
yeah.
also every mockumentary. Is
Right,
that,
yeah,
so.
Yeah, we did bring up Spinal Tap too. So, have you seen Spinal Tap, Matthew?
No.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
There you go. You should be writing these down, bro. Just kidding. Let's see. Oh yeah. So let's see. Yes, I love it because we're all being active. This is good. I'm just looking for questions. So I see. Mike, yes, would pushing the R rating disqualify? No, like we said, I don't think it disqualifies.
No, it's just
like just know where you're at.
I think also I would check out the 48 website and guidelines. Because that's what kind of Kevin bases everything off of.
Yeah.
Right, is off those guidelines and then some discretion, but it's mainly off those guidelines. So, we've seen some pretty.
No, people push the envelope all the time. So, yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised to see kind of you guys toeing that line, right? It's like what I mean, like like if you're trying to do Terrifier for 48, probably not the best. And there's a horror one in LA for 48 that you can enter. That I'm sure that more lives where that is.
But we've had pretty gory ones that even. The gore is usually not as big of a.
True. Yeah.
It's usually
Yeah.
But yeah.
Safety too, guys. Like my big thing is like safety. Like don't be using real edge weapons. Don't be using real firearms and shit like that, man. Like
don't let anyone just call themselves a stunt coordinator.
Don't just let anybody call themselves a stunt coordinator.
That's the one position
unless
that
they're
you
trained.
can't just try. You gotta be trained in. So
and you as an individual too, just protect your body. Like don't do anything foolish for the 48 that's gonna put your life at risk.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not gonna make or break your career for a 48. It's gonna be a fun
all
exercise.
this stuff could be definitely for your portfolio that can help you get agents or help you get break in. And obviously this elevates at the international level. You're going to network and you're going to meet people. All that can happen. But like at the end of the day, safety, please, like because I do still see teams take those risks, and it makes us nervous when I see it. Any teams coming from Coachella Valley? I'm sure there might be. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the team report yet to see where people are from, but possibly. Remember, IE big. Is it just seniors? Yes. So, okay. So for the kickoff, team leaders are, invited. They don't have to come to the kickoff. At least one person from the team has to come and represent the team. You can potentially bring as many people as you like, but we are spaced.
I think we were asking for a amount, right? You weren't saying 20. And didn't you say like 2 people per team or something?
Yeah. Well, that was for the premiere.
Okay, but for the kickoff.
For the kickoff, it's like if you're rolling deep with your 6-man team, 8 people, I don't want to push you away. Just know that like every team has to be represented in the room, and we have a capacity rating in the studio. So if it gets to that point, you may have to break up a little bit, wait in the lobby, but usually it doesn't happen. So usually your key players, bring them. There's usually like 4 or 5 people who come per team, and I think that's fun. We've talked about too mixing up the seating this year, where maybe not have seating, just like standing, make it a little bit more like.
We have
energy.
a couple questions on the chat. Mike asked, "What's allowed on social media during the weekend?" Example: BTS. So BTS is encouraged during the weekend.
Absolutely.
Help spread the word of the 48.
Please.
So please post your BTS, tag the 48.
The more the better,
Yeah.
too, man.
Yeah, the more, and then trailers are allowed once you get it edited.
Yep.
You just can't post your full film till after the premiere, is what 48 asked, I believe.
Yes.
Right. So don't post your full film on YouTube until after it premieres for the first time.
If you don't get selected, right? So if
Yeah.
you don't get selected to go represent IE, then you can start
Yeah,
posting.
so- Mm-hmm.
So there's the after the 48 page. If you go to the website and Google or search after the 48, there's a whole list of things that that could answer these questions.
And then Josie asked, "Do producers collect all of the awards for that team?" And my answer would be no, generally, because the awards are specific to category. So if your team wins best cinematography, I'd probably give that to the cinematographer. There's not outlined rules for that.
Yeah.
And then as far as the cash prize goes, I think it depends who is the team leader and who paid for it, right?
Yeah. I mean, typically it all just goes to the team leader.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
best film. But if I'm a good team leader, I'm going to like
Show up.
probably spread the love.
Yeah.
Unless I paid for
every-
everything.
yeah.
And then I'm gonna go straight producer.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Yeah, but if it's a group cohesive effort, then I would suggest sharing the love.
yeah. I think ethically
But, yeah.
that's a good vibe anyways, man. Pay it forward.
But as far as awards go, whoever won the award in
Gets
terms
the
of
award,
gets
yeah.
the award. So if
yeah,
it's an
so if
actor,
you're the
give it to
DP
the actor,
or the actor or the
the
writer
editor
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep. And that's the thing too. With it gets a little tricky when you have 3 or 4 writers. Yeah. Oh, we're losing Nick. It's down to the wire.
yeah, I gotta go get that live stream on.
Yeah, Nick's got other work. Oh man. Interacting on Zoom. Got it. Look at the Zoom, Kevin. Oh, the kickoff room. Here, let me. I'm starting from the bottom. So, kickoff room is at KBCR in the studio. So, like where we met for 1:30 in Rhythm Lounge. So, it's going to be in that same room. Those of you who aren't familiar with KBCR, it's located on campus. So, it's the same address as the school, but it's located on Mount Vernon and Grant, I believe. And so adjacent to lot number 11. You can always look up at the campus map too if you've never been here. And then rebroadcast this recording, I think. I hope we're recording it. It got a little crazy at the beginning, so I think we're recording it. So if we are, I will rebroadcast for sure.
What is the kickoff?
So the kickoff, oh, Matthew's in here perfectly to always ask the right question. Yeah, so the kickoff is where we start the weekend. So next Friday at doors open at 5:30, but the kickoff begins at 6. So for about 45 minutes, I'll like kind of go through the same kind of stuff, but a little quicker. And then we'll get to a point where you guys draw your genres. So each team leader will come up or whoever represents the team will come up and draw the 2 genres. Then once everybody's got their genres drawn, then we kind of wait until 6:55. I'll reveal the prop, line, and character, and then you're off. 7:00, you're off. The weekend begins. So that's the kickoff. That's why we call it kickoff. Yep. Yeah, there's a couple shout outs for Spinal Tap too, dude. I saw a couple on
I actually have to watch it now.
yeah, well they're coming out with a sequel. It's like 40 years later, so it's like a big thing, I think. I think it's 40 years. I'm not even sure. It's
I want like a Spaceballs movie.
Spaceballs 2 is coming out too.
Exactly. That's what I'm waiting for.
Spaceballs 2 is coming out. There are a lot of good movies I think are coming out. I want to see one battle after another. I'm gonna try to go see that this weekend. I was just telling them I got my ticket for Tron.
Oh, dude.
I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm a huge Trent Reznor fan, Nine Inch Nails, since I was like 12. That was one of my first concerts, was seeing Nine Inch Nails in concert. So Trent, if you're out there, man, hopefully one day we collaborate, bro. So Hey, you gotta speak it into the universe, man.
Yeah, manifest it.
Yes. Uh, yep. Cool. I think I got everybody's questions.
So for like first time like filmmakers, what are you looking for when you're doing the 48?
I mean, is it like as a whole, like after it's done, what do you expect? Or
Yeah, basically just
yeah,
like what are you expecting to accomplish? Like what are you
yeah.
expecting to get out of
I think
it?
like we kind of touched on a couple things. Like sometimes just to test like your skill as a director, right? Or any part of the crew, whether you're cinematographer, editor, writer, can you write under such a quick deadline? So a lot of it's just kind of a test. But the reality is too is it's very much like film production. All these things go into making a movie. We're just expediting it and putting it into 48 hours. But the energy and the stress and all those things we talked about earlier, that is what it's like making a movie. So it's just that we're measuring it within this 48-hour period. So I think a lot of it is to get a sense of what it's like to make a movie. That would be
Yeah,
my first answer to that. If anybody else has a different take on that too, I'd love to hear it, because I think it could be different for everybody.
exactly. That's why I asked the question, to get everybody's opinion on it, just trying to make sure that everything kind of like you understand what you're doing.
Yes, and just somebody wrote to like working the fundamentals. Yeah, like testing your understanding of like what it actually takes to make a film, and then seeing it on the big screen is like the ultimate kind of experience of like I can do this, right? And when you see that, you're like, wait, I can do this. And then that's what I was saying earlier. Sometimes like a lightning bolt, man. And so maybe you've never made a film before, or you've been, messing around a little bit for a couple years, and then all of a sudden you do the 48 and you see it and you get people's reactions. Because you remember, there's, 400 people in the room that see it. So getting those reactions instantly, like, man, there's nothing. It's like a jolt, like a adrenaline shot, Pulp Fiction, that's what it feels like, seriously. And then, yeah, just making sure I answer everybody's stuff. Yeah, Mike, just again, team leaders don't have to necessarily be at kickoff. At least one representative from your team has to be there. Um, Hey, there he is. Come on in,
What's
dude.
good?
We got like 8 minutes
What's
left.
cracking? Yeah,
Hey.
I gotta go to a film a
Yes,
concert
we've got
in a
the
second.
master Juan here. You want to say anything to aspiring filmmakers out there?
So like just in general, or
Yeah, yeah. Or
um,
what were you going to say by joining us?
I was just
Drop
gonna
it.
come in and say what's up. To be honest,
Yeah.
what's up, y'all?
Yeah.
I gotta go back. My fault. My fault. Instagram Live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 48 hours. Y'all got it.
Was
Woo.
this a question from somebody, Mars? Would you recommend doubling up or tripling up roles? I don't know who asked that question,
I
but
think I would just double up on roles, make sure you have a backup.
what do you think? Well, I'm gonna let Juan
Uh,
answer this.
Absolutely. I mean, if you have the people, then like share. Like, I mean, but like 9 times out of 10, like you're not gonna have the crew to like, like usually your director is also gonna be like your first AD for like 48s and all that. Um,
Yeah,
I feel
they're
like
gonna be wearing multiple hats.
yeah, you kind of have to. Like, you guys
Yeah.
have 48 hours to make a film, and that's from pre to post production. Like, you gotta move things along. So if you're waiting on set to wait, like if you're waiting for like a specific person to like wrap a stinger or something, like
Yeah.
you're just killing time that you like don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a paid set too, so it's like
not.
I
Yeah.
mean, even outside the 48, when we're doing deferred work,
Mhm.
right, and we're just working for free, that's how it is too.
Yeah.
So a lot of this is, I think, very similar to what you're doing already. It's just like you have a deadline. If you don't do it, you don't have a film to show at this premiere. And it can be disappointing. You can be like, if you're like, you get to that point and you don't have something to show, and then you go and you see all these other people, and it's like I said, the energy's real, dude. Like it really is fun. So oh yeah, that's a good question. Best advice for running audio for the first time.
For the first time, it's better to have quieter audio than it is to have distorted audio. So if you're worried about a loud scene, just run the audio just a little bit low, and as long as you get it without it clipping, you're doing a great job. You could always bring it up in post. Don't use that that's not a great rule of thumb. But if it's your first time and you just need to have sound,
I
just,
appreciate you saying that.
just play it safe.
Don't just lean in to fix it in post. If you can do it on set, do it on set, right?
Do it in pre.
Do it in pre.
Fix it in pre-production.
This is why Juan wins. Should I just use my camera mic? No, never. Never use your camera mic.
I mean,
No, use your camera mic for reference.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If it's like a super close-up shot and like you don't have someone designated for audio,
Oh my
and you're
goodness.
like close, if you're like close enough, then like I don't know, if your shotgun mic's like as close as like your boom op's gonna be, then like is it preferred? Probably not, because like your mic's not in like an optimal position. It's gonna be like pointed at like the wall, and you might catch up a bunch of sounds you don't want. But
You're gonna kill me for saying this. Look, I will go this far and say, because I probably would never do this, right?
yeah,
But if it's part of the story,
okay, yeah,
right? If it's like a found footage thing and you want that sound, I could see that.
Yeah.
So like again, I always tell people like think about the film.
yeah,
What is the film asking you to do, right? And if that fits I think like Blair Witch, whatever. If it fits,
yeah.
But yes, I probably
Like a mockumentary
or mockumentary. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
Or just use AI any noise out. No,
I mean, use what's
I mean
like use the resources
vocal.
you have
Yeah,
available.
yeah, of course.
By all
Vocal
means.
isolator. Yeah. They
go
just
for
wanted to
it.
get out there to troll us on the comments. Yes, no, yeah. Well, ADR is a real thing though.
Yeah.
If you have the time, that's actually a good funny joke, but it's real. Like if you think you're gonna dub this right and you have enough time, that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
Like right, like I wouldn't dub. Would you dub a 48 if you had the chance?
No,
That's too crazy,
Yeah,
right?
that's doing it a little too much. Like you have 48-hour film.
Yeah.
Like you have like barely enough time to like finish your edit and like color and like do all your sound, like an initial sound pass. Yeah.
So
Probably
you
not.
boom, lav. What do you bring to you on a 48? Like tell us what you bring as an audio guy. So I do think audio always is the most lacking.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of rules on the 48 where it doesn't really feel like a 48. So, there's only like a select. I mean, obviously, if you're doing like multiple, like if you're wearing multiple hats on set, if you're writing and doing sound and then also like doing post sound, then like sure. But like if you're just on there to like do sound, it doesn't really run that much different than like just like, I guess, your regular day. So, it's just like redundancy at that point. So, you have your boom, you have all your labs, and I mean, it's good to have all those because like it sounds closer, and labs, they're not preferred, but they do make your sound a little bit more professional and a little clearer with like all the background noise going on and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Casey said we ADR their musical last year. Casey is a music professional though too, so everybody take that with a grain of salt. He can do things in the studio that the average person can't do. So take that with a grain of salt.
Phase 3, I think, right? Too.
I think that might have been phase 3.
They have a pretty sizable crew.
Yes, and that
too, so that definitely helps.
And that also helps too. You got a solid team, and they're seasoned. You can do more.
Yeah, because they've done quite a few 48s, I think, right? Yeah,
well, productions in general, right? Exactly.
I know they're on it. They have like 50 something films, I think I heard, out within like the past couple of years.
That's insane.
Yeah, they're just.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's crazy. More power. Yeah, that's good.
Good for them.
All right. Any other questions? Any other? Oh wait. What if we do not have labs? Yeah, you don't need labs.
You don't need labs.
No. Yeah, I was just asking Juan if, as a professional, and somebody calls you to work on their 48, and you agree, which I know is going to be probably, but
probably not this year.
what do you bring out? And so, he might have the boom, the lav, everything, but use what you got.
Yeah, I mean, any like professional sound mixer will tell you like your boom's always gonna sound the best just because it's the most natural sounding. You know, like your lav sounds good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound natural. Like it
I agree
sounds.
100.
It's like putting a light. It's like placing like a light, like a DP putting a light somewhere that looks good, but it has no motivation to it. Like it just doesn't feel like it should be there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing. Like the audio has to be believable, or else you might not like recognize it's the sound that's taking you out the film, but you're gonna feel it. Like
Yeah.
like you're not really
especially
in
in the theater.
yeah, especially in the theater. That 5.1 is unforgiving. It is
Don't scare
unforgiving.
'em, dude. Don't scare 'em.
That 5.1 sound system is you got to make sure your audio is hitting where it needs to hit.
Yeah, suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Tony, if I see you on mic, if you want to talk, you can talk. Go for it.
Am I on mic?
Yeah,
Hi, how you guys doing?
good. How you doing, dude?
I'm good, but I got in late because I didn't understand how to do this. But I finally went to the
Got you.
I finally found you through
Yeah,
Zoom
good.
link. So I'm glad to be here. Glad you guys are doing this. I do hope it'll be replayed because I'd missed most of it because I didn't understand it was today. So that's my bad.
You're good.
but,
You're good.
So I'm really fortunate. I've got a lot of people involved in my team. We've never worked together before, except me and Al, and I'm getting a little bit nervous. I don't have any dedicated sound person at the moment, so I'm concerned about that. And then one of my other main players, Jonathan, he is deeply concerned about our 8-bit color with our Sony A7 IIIs, and I don't know what to do about that. So that's
I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah.
no.
No,
Okay.
no. I think the sound is probably more pertinent of a thing to kind of fill in the gap.
Yeah.
And dude, sound, Tony. You could do this.
I know.
Like just don't. I think the big thing too is don't overthink all this, right? Like enough to get it done. It's just it's a matter of like don't like putting out an expectation that you can't achieve.
Sure.
Right. So that's a lot of it. It's just being measured in like what we can and can't do. That's why I said some of the comments like other people bring different expertise to it, dude. So you just lean into your expertise.
Do we have
Casey
any
said,
access to school
"You have a
equipment?
silent film."
Dude, it's not wrong. Yeah. I mean, if you
that's
go
what it is.
silent, yeah, that's true too. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, I think that's okay. It's funny, it's true,
Mhm.
but it's also real. Like if like you had a sound op and all of a sudden they don't show up, that's the pivot is
Yeah.
like we go silent. But I know that to Tony though too, didn't that happen to you on one of
I love
yours?
silent, bro.
Tony?
Yeah, no, I was in a movie that was silent, but I didn't mean it to be. But that wasn't my choice. I was just the actor.
Okay, right. Yeah. So
But I love silent film, so I'm
yeah,
not
just
against
lean
that
into
idea.
what you got. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have access to school equipment at all, like flags and things like that?
I don't think so, dude, because it gets
I
too
didn't think-
crazy that way,
I didn't
But,
think so. Just checking.
Yeah, by all means, just like you never know what resources are out there. So just communicate with each other. Thank you for joining us, dude. I appreciate you. See what happens. Hit people up, see what they say. Let me know if you guys need anything. I'll see what I can give you. Yeah.
Groovy, great. God bless you guys.
Yeah, man. God bless you too, man. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for all like joining us. I think we had a pretty good turnout. This is definitely one of our better ones. I really appreciate everybody taking the time, to join in. I know this is like we're always trying something new. Mars is doing such a wonderful job, so claps for Mars. And you could even come on camera probably right there if you wanted to. Just kidding, you don't have to. But yeah, we had a good time, and I hope you guys are excited. I know Tony said he was a bit nervous. That's normal. But at the end of the day, again, just have fun. Try not to stress. Try to take care of all the things you can before the weekend starts. Location, actors, get your costumes together, as many props as you can. whatever you can, get it all together this week. So going into the kickoff, you're kind of like, okay, all I need now is get my genres, get the elements, and we're off. You know, so just try to do as much preparation as you can.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool guys. Well, I
If
think
this
that's
has been recorded, please let us know when we could rewatch
I
it.
will. I
Thank you, bro.
will. I'm gonna also share. I'll send out the PowerPoint as a resource to the team leaders, which I did last year. So just check your team leader email, and I will try to send this link out or post it to the YouTube. I'll figure it out. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'll do my best. All right, Matthew,
He-
thank you for joining me, dude. I know we just pulled you in.
Thank you for having me. You know, this is fun. You know,
Yeah.
like first time doing something like this.
Cool.
You know, first time like really experiencing like this side of the film. You know,
Yeah.
mostly behind the camera. So
Yeah.
this is different.
No, this is great, dude. I love hearing that because that's why we're doing what we do. That's why our program exists. So shout out for our program. If you don't know who we are or you stumbled upon the 48 Hour Film IE Insta, don't forget to check out SBVC FTVM. And we also have recently launched our SB Valley Sports Network. So
Shadow
check
Sports
out.
Network.
Yeah, Matt's been helping
The
us a
whole
lot
program
out
rocks.
that. So we have a lot of things going on. We're producing a sketch comedy show too in our broadcast class this semester with Improv School of Redlands. And then we are also finishing up our season 3 and season 4 Rhythm Lounge. Those will air on KVCR soon. So super exciting times, man. We're always doing stuff. So I love that you were like, hey, this is new. I'm new to this. This is great. Perfect. Now, hopefully, maybe this is the start of wherever you go next in your journey in film and television.
I'm hoping. You know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. You know where to reach me. I'm excited to see everybody next Friday. We'll catch you soon. We'll see you in a week.
Make sure to be there.
Peace out.
Boom.
And we're
Ciao, Kevin.
out.
All right. Well, we got the